1. Hello! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time it happens to be, and welcome, one and all, to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Rise of the Runelords. Now, if you happen to be watching from wherever you happen to be, you might notice that there's a slight change in our itinerary. That is, of course, there is no Jared here. Now, Jared does send his best and all of his big loves, and we do, of course, wish him all the best, but he is unavailable today, so I have taken the reins and I have become the GM. I have taken it. Look at me. Look at me. I am the GM now.
We didn't even fight for it. I feel like we just let you have it.
That's true. It's like those it's like when you're in high school and someone says, "Who wants to be class president?" It's like me, I'll do it, and everyone's like, "All right, buddy." Just you do you. So yeah, and I figured since it's my channel, I'll GM. So yeah, there you go. So I'll be playing not only the role of Collodian Malvolo, just kind of in the back, but I'll also be running today's session. So yeah, do be sure to send Jared all of our love and all of the kind words. If you do want to see Jared in all of his awesomeness, I've just posted a link to all of the cool stuff that Jared does as well. So do be sure to go and check him out as well. Now, before we start today's session, of course, we are joined by a wonderful group of incredibly talented performers who are going to tell you all about themselves and the characters to which they are going to be undertaking this fantastic campaign. I will now throw it to the wonderful players to tell you about themselves and the characters that they play. So, take it away!
Hey folks, I'm Dawn and I play Nexon, the gnome Stitch Witch of the group. I almost forgot what she was. It's morning.
It's on the screen.
But yeah. Yeah. Nexon is really curious to find out what's going on with these rune symbols that people have tattooed.
Can I just say, whenever you say you're a gnome witch, like, I just think it's known. Like, everyone knows you're a witch, sort of thing. Like, it's just known everywhere. Yes. That's like,
it's common knowledge.
She's popular all around. Everyone's heard of Nixon the Witch.
Oh yeah, people coming into from the town. It's like, oh man, look, I really need a healer. Oh well, you should go and see old Nixon there. She's the known witch. Yes, around these parts.
Oh, my brain. I mean, both are right. I'm pretty sure, but So I play the lesser known Alcise Rain. our druid of the group, and yes, these runes panic and very upset that people just got random signals tattooed on them without knowing what it means. Ugh. Stress. It's okay though.
I think it's too early to be stressed in your part of the neck of the woods. Over here it is the perfect time to be stressed. Hi, I'm AJ Winters. Today I am playing Cecilia, the cat folk investigator of the group. She has no fucking clue what's going on.
And hi, I'm Ari. I'm playing Scarlet, the elven cleric dominatrix, or rather mistress would be a classier way to say it. And she's just as clueless as AJ's character. And also, I apologize, I have a chicken cat who is right now in my sweater. And he's purring heavily, and if you see some weird shapes, it's him. He's called Jasper. So
what is a chicken cat?
A chicken cat is a cat that looks like a chicken.
Oh,
so he doesn't have any hair, and so it looks like a raw chicken.
We ready to bake.
Well, look, if everyone who's watched my channel knows, for furry or even unfurry friends are always welcome on the stream to make as much noise and to be as disruptive as humanly possible, or unhumanly possible. You know what I mean? Anyway, yes, we love Jasper. And there should be more Jasper. And as for me, guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. I traditionally play the role of the human inventor Malvolo and his mechanical puppet Collodi. But today I shall be the game master for today. And we will see what that entails in just a moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been to my channel before, then you know the deal. You know what we're all about. There is no way that I'm having you guys sit in the audience and not participate in this awesome tale. So, over the course of the next few hours, as we go on our adventure, I'm going to be inviting you guys to participate in helping adjust, change, shift, and alter the course of events as they unfold. Now, you can do this in two ways. The first is, of course, you can use any number of channel points to do things such as plot twists. You can force rerolls. Now, keeping in mind, the rerolls are decided by the players, so if you do try to force a reroll and they don't want to take it, they do not have to. You can give them group inspiration and many, many more things. However, if you want something a bit more tangible with a bit more meat and potatoes on it, you want to have a look at these. These are, of course, in our chat right now, a incredible array of things that you can do to donate to the channel, support the stream, and these wonderful performers, and of course, cause some chaos as well. For the price of $5, you can award a hero point or a jinx point to any number of the players or even the game master themselves. These can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for different things. You can use them to re-roll, a bunch of cool stuff. For $10, you can grant a player a sin boon. The sin boon is based off one of the 7 deadly sins, each of which are tied to a school of magic and will grant each of the player who gets it a use of that kind of a spell-like ability tied to that sin. We have one currently in play, which belongs to Cecilia, who has the rune of sloth still attached, which is tied to conjuration magic, which we might see, we might not. We'll find out. For a big hearty $20, you can grant one of the players or even the GM a natural 20. Because why bother rolling? You could just get a nat 20. Currently, you could see Rain is in possession of the current nat 20. So good on you, Rain. And then for, of course, the grand prize of $50, you can create a wandering NPC or a magic item for the group. Now, the wandering NPC might be a little bit tricky. So, if you do buy the wandering NPC, it might either come in after the halfway point of today's session or at the beginning of the next session. So just bear that in mind for this week, because I'm obviously not behind the scenes making Hero Forge minis. I'm GMing. And of course, one other thing here, as you can see just underneath where we can see Cecilia, there is a glorious little bar. This bar is our boss bar. When it fills up, a TPK level encounter occurs. Our players must face off against it in order to claim a powerful reward. So we are currently $43 away from our next tier. So, yeah, it's very close, guys. All right. Without any further ado, let's stop prattling on. Let's get right into today's session, which begins where our adventurers left off. Our heroes find themselves inside Turtleback Ferry, a small and quaint lakeside town, as they are returning from the Growl homestead, where they had managed to free several rangers of the Black Arrow from the clutches of several ogres. We see the heroes planning to reach Fort Rannoch, a base to the Black Arrows, which had been overtaken by giants, when suddenly there is a crash, a smashing sound coming from further within the inn that they are staying, and Kolodi, the wooden puppet companion of our group, lies broken on the floor, having been thrown down the flight of stairs after checking upon Jakatos, our one of the rangers that was saved from the ogres. The scene is now yours as you see Kolodi lying on the ground.
I called it.
Is he dead?
We don't know. Maybe everything's okay. Kolodi, do you need help? She's gonna rush over and start to pick him up after he'd fallen down these stairs.
As you go over and pick up Kolodi, you can feel something a little bit wrong. A little bit more wrong than usual. When Kolodi explodes or is broken, there's still some animation in the body, bits and gears moving. Kolodi looks completely still. There is no sign of light or power in his eyes or his body.
No, this isn't right. She's gonna try to shake Kolodi a little bit.
There is a rattling sound, and you see some acorns fall to the floor, but that is it.
But he had a good.
I'm gonna run up after. What was his name? Jacoby? What's his name?
Jakatos.
Jakatos.
So close.
Big Daddy Jakadas.
Yeah, Nexon.
I'm just gonna call him.
Nexon will be hot on Cecile's.
Yeah, yeah,
Cecilia's.
All right,
Heels.
Scarlet. What about yourself?
Cecil at this point.
I'm just looking a bit disinterested about the whole thing.
Very well. You turn to what is a rather tepid bowl of gruel that the owner has deigned to put in front of you. As the others rush upstairs, Rain, you've still got Kaluri in hand. You, Cecile and Nexon, you're the first on scene as you burst through the door. The door is kicked with a heavy slam, and you can see Jakados unconscious on the ground. Yep, ignore that. Yeah. Ignore that. You see nothing.
Who's the sexy
Nothing. You see
Is
nothing.
that how he lands?
the scar across his nose?
There's
Who's
a- there's a-
that?
there's-
When do we get to meet him?
Look, shush.
What is that?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I see a passed out daddy on the floor.
Oh,
I
so
mean-
it's that.
It's daddy. Yeah. I'm gonna check his pulse.
All right. Heading over, he does seem to only be unconscious. Looking behind the actual like side of a bedside table, you can see a shuttered window has been thrown open. You could see a sign of a struggle, some papers knocked to the ground, and out on the rooftop just beyond, you see Caven, the redhead human that was also rescued from the ogres, believed to be a companion to the other Black Arrows. He's the one who told you about the tattoo with the 7-pointed star.
Weren't we just holding him downstairs for questioning?
Indeed, you were.
Caden, you better stop right where you are.
He stands kind of erect towards, looking in your general direction, and says, "I'm afraid I can't. I can't let you hurt her. I can't let you hurt her." And he turns and runs.
As soon as he turns, I'm going to pull out some of Nyx's webbing and kind of snap it and cast Paralyze.
Oh, very nice. All right, what does this entail?
So, it's a will saving throw.
All right, a will saving throw? All
Yes.
right, what is the DC for this?
No, that's always. It is 18, I believe.
18? Unfortunately, as your magic
Wait,
snap
wait.
at... Oh,
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
okay. As the magic snaps, the resonance sort of hits his mind. You feel something unusual. As the fibers of that web kind of reach out and the magic starts to ensnare his mind, there is almost a snap back, as there is already a magical effect in play. It doesn't prevent your paralysis, but it has reinforced his own will. While his body does not wish to move forward, something is still driving him forcefully, and he continues to run. Meanwhile, back downstairs, Scarlet, you hear a sound coming from the... basically, it's the small enclosed area that we had kept Caven originally. And you hear just sort of this...
Okay, so I go towards that sounds.
All right. As you do so, you make your way, opening the door towards where Malvolo has been keeping an eye on Caven. As you do so, you and Malvolo seem to be staring at the same very peculiar sight. It is not Caven at all, but Vale, the third of the Rangers, tied up exactly as Caven was.
Well, that's that's odd. Okay, so I turn to my Volo and say, is that normal?
No, this is definitely far from normal. Oh, this must be a trick, right? I mean, an illusion, a spell, something.
Can I detect magic? Can I use detect magic?
Yes, you may. Your eyes begin to glow, and you watch as what looks to be kind of. Oh, sorry. No, by all means. You can. Oh, sorry. I thought you were. Never mind. I get it. I get it. That's fine. Your eyes basically grow these kind of like black stripes that grow over your eyes, and these two kind of glowing yellow lights. Like almost like wasp wings appear like glasses over your vision. As you cast your gaze in the area, you detect a very strong illusion magic.
So is the illusion magic still in place, or?
It is expired. It is wearing down.
Okay, so I tell my Malvolo that from the beginning it was never Caven.
What?
Yeah, there was never Caven who was tied up. He was the other one. So where is Caven now?
I don't know. I mean, but if Vale is here, then Vale upstairs, who is injured, must be. We now return upstairs. Cecilia, what are you doing as you see him running from the rooftops?
The two downstairs hear a really loud yell from Cecilia. After him! And she just leaps out the window.
Nice. All right. As you leap out the window, the first thing you see is a small drop down to the roof, which slants. I need an acrobatics check or an athletics check, your choice, as you land on the tiled roof.
I have some interesting. I'm going to say acrobatics because I'm a cat.
Oh yeah, totally.
How do I do the thing again? There we go.
All right. Oof. With an 8.
Wait,
No, that
says
shouldn't be
Arcana.
right.
Oh, that's not Arcana, yeah.
I use magic to jump.
All right.
Oh, that's
Okay, so as you leap out of the window, you take a moment and you begin to try and cast Featherfall, and then quickly remember, wait, I'm not a wizard. As you then very accurate. Well, you rolled Arcana. It's just what happened.
Got it.
As you land very gracefully on your feet, you begin to move swiftly, leaping from this rooftop onto the next. It is a long pathway between yourself and Caven, and you are about 60 foot away from him. What is your move speed?
My move speed is... Good question. Where would I find... Oh, 25.
25. Okay, so here are your choices. You can either move at half speed in order to move 25 foot and close some distance, or you can move 50 foot at your full distance, but that will require another acrobatics check.
I'll do 50. I'll do 50 in acrobatics.
All right, very well. Nexon, you're by the window, and you could see Cecilia basically preparing to just bolt across the rooftops.
23.
All right. As you make your way, the cat's grace is not a illusion at all. You can definitely see that there is almost no problem. You are now 10 foot away from Caven, who is on the roof. He was being reasonably cautious as he was running, but now that's kind of very swiftly making its way to the back of his head. Next, do you call out, or do you what do you do from the window?
Nexon's just gonna kind of like look down at the roof and be like, my legs are not long enough for this, and just kind of call back out for the others, like, we could use some assistance up here.
All right. Rain, you hear the sound of the commotion, especially the sound of a very angered catfolk leaping out and crying out as they jump out the window, and there's all kinds of kerfuffle happening. What do you wish to do?
Oh no. She's gonna kind of look at the action of what's going on and look back at Collodi, who's still not moving. So she's going to quickly just take Collodi and swing him onto her back. And try to go for the pursuit as well.
Now, do you climb up the stairs to Jakardos's room and jump out the window that way, or do you make your way out the front and follow on street level?
Street level.
Okay. Bursting out the door, you startle some people, mostly because you're a giant moose. As they, sort of gasp and move slightly away from the door, you look left and right. I need a perception check from you as you try to scour the rooftops.
Cool. Perception.
Beautiful.
27.
Yeah, no, without too much trouble, you can definitely see Celia and Caven rushing down. You barrel your head and begin to make your way, veering left out the door first, and then, sort of squeezing between these two very tightly knit buildings. You knock over some barrels, some fruit kind of falls to the ground, but you kind of push your way past it and through. You hear the sound of some of the villagers go, "Hey!" You just don't have time.
I'm apologizing every step of the way.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm coming. Sorry, I'm going to be coming. I apologize. Please move. I will come back and help later. I promise. Hopefully, maybe if I remember to come back. And she's just going to continue with the apologies as she stays focused and following her team in pursuit.
Beautiful. What is Rain's move speed?
That's a good question. Let me check my notes. God dang it, I didn't.
I feel like we
pull
should
them
know
over
how
this
fast
one.
our characters move.
it's
I say that, but I'm not going to now surreptitiously check to see how
We had
fast I am.
Determined it was the same as a mountain dwarf. So whatever mountain dwarves can do.
I think it's 20. I think it's 25. I think everyone's basic is 25.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with that. Very well. So making your way through as long as you aren't stopping. You are about maybe 30 foot away, not including the 15-foot high building that they are running on. As you make your way out and around. Scarlet, you and Malvolo are still in the kind of like little alcove cell that you makeshift cell that you had made in the small inn room. What do you wish to do?
We definitely heard all the mumbo jumbo, right?
Yes.
So I would like to go out and see what that's about.
All right, you exit just in time to watch Rain burst out the door and then just sort of turn left. You hear the sounds of the heavy Alcie's footsteps crashing through some of the stalls outside, as well as a myriad of apologies that sort of start to get further and further away.
I follow her.
Very well. What is your move speed?
Wait, hold on. I grab Marvolo and then I follow. Yeah.
As Malvolo is also running. Going off at least Malvolo's speed, because, yes, he's a little slower, you are able to keep up. Thankfully, because Rain is quite large, she has cleared most of the debris out of the way, making it a much clearer run. As you've basically made it very clear which direction you've gone through. All right. Caven begins to move as he's, sees Celia kind of keeping pace with him behind. He looks around, and you notice that he pulls out what looks to be a dagger. As he whips it out, you can see that there's several kind of like villagers who are lifting just these heavy, massive, lumbering logs, loading them onto the back of a carriage. And you watch as he very gracefully throws a single dagger across in their direction. A dagger. Thank you, Lord Gathan. I'm just... Alright. You hear the sounds of a rope snapping as the lumber starts to come loose. It's a slow start, so it's not just an instant, kind of fall over. You can see that the logs are starting to lose weight. You hear some of them shouting, "Hold it! Hold it! Whoa, whoa, whoa!" As as this huge pieces of wood are starting to sort of slide down from the cart. He is going to keep moving. He's not going to be cautious. Okay, fine. Let's see how he does. He is not nearly as graceful as I'd like him to be, but... Oh, yeah! No, he is not. So, what happens here is as he begins to move, he throws the dagger and it throws him off. He goes to jump to the next building, and he grabs onto the ledge, only to have a clay tile slide out from his grasp. So as he pulls this tile loose from its fitting, he then falls, hitting like two of these very, very large crates, and landing in a pile of just like random assorted supplies. He looks up just to check to where Cecilia is, which we now go to Cecilia.
3 things. 1, I have cat's fall, and I'm an acrobatic expert, so I treat the fall as 10 feet shorter than it is. So if it's just a 1-story roof, I can just jump down as if it's not a problem.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Secondly, I have a feat called predictive purchase. Which means I can just say that I bought something that's convenient for this situation. So I pull out a whip and I snap it around his neck before he can move any further.
All right. Grabbing hold of this whip, you take it in hand and you lash it, trying to grab onto his neck. Can you make an attack roll, please?
Yes. How do I do that?
Now, if you look on your main page, there should be a melee, ranged, and throwing attack value next to where your initiative would be.
On my main page.
Unless I'm lying.
Not on my main page, it doesn't look like.
Let me take a look.
Combat?
Yes, combat. That's the one.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, just your melee attack with your with that one.
Okay, so +0.
All right, let's see what happens.
It won't let me do it.
Just double click on it. No.
No.
Or just roll the d20. That'll be fine.
Okay. Oops.
All right, the whip.
Wrong one. God, what am I doing?
All right, a natural 20 as the whip lashes and grabs at his throat. He tries to pull away, but you have firmly grasped at it. This being said, he is now restrained. Rain, you are the next on scene, as you can see just in front of you. It looks. Could you roll me a d6, please?
I can.
Beautiful.
2.
All right. It looks as though 2 of the lumberers are about to be crushed by the falling trees. Well, you know, whatever you call them, logs. Word, Michael. Yes, 2 of the falling logs look like they're about to crush them. Rain, you are there on the scene next. What do you wish to do?
I would like to try to stop, like, block those logs. This is gonna hurt because those probably have a lot of momentum, but it seems like the right thing to do. No. And so Rain is going to just rush in between and try to get between the loggers and the logs.
All right, you rush between. I need an athletics check from you as you impose yourself between these 2 very large logs.
A 30.
Nice. All right, with the 30, that's enough to stop one of these logs, as it's basically just sort of struck you for a very pitiful 4 points of damage. The second log, however, trying to maintain it is difficult. It stops sliding forward, but then starts to roll off to the side. You would have to let go of the log that you're in to try and grab it, but you're trying to slow it down as best you can. Nexon, what would you like to do?
Nexon's gonna, I guess, try joining the pursuit on the roof.
All right, you, if you want, I'm happy to say that because last round you kind of observed, you've kind of measured a perfect way to kind of climb down. So just as a single action, you kind of like lower yourself from the window and land on the roof safely.
Okay. Yeah, and then I will just use my 25 of movement to follow because she is not confident on her.
Very well. You're very carefully following. So you can't see Caven anymore because he's fallen off the roof. Nor can you see Cecilia because she has also leapt off. You do, however, from where you are, see about 80 foot away is Rain trying to hold back these two very large wooden logs. You still have more actions if you'd like to do something.
I'm just gonna yell out to Rain, Fate's on our side, and give her a nudge, Fate. Because I think she could use it.
A little help.
As that happens, the log snags what looks to be a very tiny nail, and it hasn't stopped it, but it has slowed it ever so slightly. Fate has been nudged. Well done. Scarlet, you and Malvolo are the next as you pull up and you can see Rain in the state that she's in.
I could use some help.
How far are we from Caven?
From Caven, make a perception check.
Perception. Where are you? Okay. Jasper is preventing me from getting closer to my computer. Okay, I got it. So I grab the plus or the T. It's a question. Do I grab the T or?
Oh, no. You should be able to grab the number.
The number.
Nice. All right, with 31, he is currently 80 foot away. If you follow just the straight path and then take a left, he's just there. You can kind of hear the sound of that whip crack, a sound that you know very, very well. Yeah, and that's where it's coming from.
But I hear the whip crack and I look at my own whip and go, wait. Oh,
It's
okay.
gone.
it's you know bye Jasper. Bye Kitty. So I make sure I still have my whip and then I go help Rain to try and help her with the logs.
All right, make an athletics check as you quickly place your arms up to try and get these logs to sort of behave.
Yeah, and I say I'm not making any promises because I don't have. I show my armor and they're not very very fit, but I'm gonna try my best.
Oof. Yeah, no, there's nothing happening, but you do feel a little bit. You do feel like you're helping at least a little bit here. Malvolo's going to take a moment seeing what's happening. He's like, okay, hey, you, grab some rope. He's trying to coordinate some of the other lumberers to throw rope over the top, and he is going to try a crafting check to, while both Scarlet, Rain, and the Lucky Nail are holding the logs in place, try to re-secure them with the rope. 24? Yeah, 24 will be fine for tying rope. So yeah, as the ropes come through, you can see that they start to get tied off. You see some of the loggers are kind of like recorrecting like the log, putting it back up. Rain, you feel the weight now easing up off you as you reload the cart with them. They thank you, and especially the two that were almost crushed. They said, "Oh boy, if it wasn't for you last, let's just say, workers' comp really wouldn't have liked us for the next few days." Oh, man,
Right. No worries. No, it's okay. I'll just leave this here, and it's all yours. And Rain is going to try to scurry off to catch you.
Yep.
Just remember, be safe. And then she's gonna keep running.
All right. You veer around the corner, seeing Cecilia with a restrained, now I imagine properly tied up and secured, Caven.
Yes.
Scarlet, Malvolo, Nexon, all of you gather around the struggling Caven. Let me go! You can't keep me here. She's calling to me. I hear her. I know it. She needs me.
Right, but we're not going to let you go and warn her that we're coming, are we?
He seems to be almost vacant. His eyes seem to glean something in the far distance. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's
Go
all he
ahead.
says.
Nexon's gonna pull out some string and cast detect magic.
There is incredibly powerful enchantment magic over Caven.
Yeah.
In addition, you actually see something. You see the symbol of lust in pure magic on his forehead. The symbol of lust, for our folks at home, so that you guys can see it, I will put up on screen. There we go. Nope, that is not lust, that is pride. Lust is that one. There you go. So this is the symbol that you see emblazoned on Caven's head.
He's got a pretty powerful enchantment spell, and somebody's got the lust rune on, on his forehead.
And I said the same as this one, and I show my butt cheek to Noxin.
Yep.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna wake him up the way he likes it. And so I see I was about to say AJ. I see Cecilia with the whip, and I say, notice you've copied my style. And then I whip out my whip and kind of like what's the word in English? Wrap it around the guy's groin and start to pull tight.
Wake someone up.
Okay, yeah, he is definitely
Did you
paying
pull
attention.
out his groin to do this? I'm
What?
so intrigued. No, never mind me.
All right. As you perform the world's fastest shibari, you have tied this poor man. I'm gonna go with you know what? I'm just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Would you roll me a percentage? I'm gonna say that there is a 25% chance that this person is right into what's happening right now. So if you get 75% or higher, he is going to be treated as one step less unfriendly towards you and the group.
Me?
Yes, please, Scarlett. So right-click on the D10, and that should open up a little percentage marker that you can then roll into chat.
Wait. Right click and then
There should be a little percentage symbol
where?
on the D10. So on the bottom side where all your dice are, there's a 10-sided dice.
I don't see a percentage.
If you as soon as you right-click on that D10, it should come up as a little pinwheel.
Interesting.
It just grabs it. I'm on the MacBook, so I don't have a right.
Oh, right, of course. In that case, just roll it twice. We'll say that the first number is your tens and your seconds are your singles. Oop, I saw the dice.
One.
So it's yep. All right, so that's a 14%. All right, so with the 14%, unfortunately, that works against your favor. He begins to cry out in a mix of pleasure and anguish, which very quickly then turns to anguish. He demands to be released, saying that, how dare you? My body is a temple dedicated to my love.
I knock him out.
I say,
You knock him out?
oh,
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the back of my my rapier short sword and just butt it against his head.
Oh yeah, he's very restrained and he has no way of defending himself. With a swift and metallic thwam, he is rendered unconscious.
Sorry,
I
you
release.
can sexually torture him later if you want.
I release him and say, he should consider himself lucky. People pay me a fortune to do that usually.
I'm sure he'll beg for it later.
Oh, let's
All
see what he's
right.
like later. I don't think. I mean, we were really confused. Collodi's still, and she's gonna throw Collodi's, not throw violently, just set down Collodi in front. We have ourselves a predicament.
Right.
Malvolo walks over to Kalodi. Huh. Weird. My instruments are gone. Kalodi, he has parts inside of him, some that make him move, some that make him think, some that unfortunately make him talk. There's a centralized core that sits between it. It's missing.
Is it on Craven? Caven, whatever his name is?
Malvolo starts to search his person. No, it's not.
I mean, would
I can make another one, but unlike a body, it might take me a bit of time. It requires a little bit more intricate workings.
Is there evidence that it was stolen?
Yeah,
He
was it ripped out?
He kind of looks a little bit more, and he says it looks as though it was forcefully removed. There are scratch and scuff marks on most of the inner workings, so yes, someone has torn out this thing, and likely because it is the single most magical portion of his interior working.
Well, this is at least my forte. I know how to track down those who have stolen things, but I think we can all predict who it was.
We fast forward.
do you wanna...
We fast forward about an hour.
I
was gonna say. Yep. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna suggest putting Kalodi in the bag of holding.
Ah, yes. No, absolutely. Nexon Nexon making the suggestion, Malvolo definitely follows. Disassembling him so he's easier to fit into the bag of holding. Kalodi gets placed away for the time being until Malvolo can repair the missing part. An hour passes, and you have taken the time to do the following. Caven is once again restrained, this time a little bit more securely. Val, who is the large man who you had previously thought was Caven, explains that he was resting upstairs, and then he began to get visions. Something seemed to plague his mind. A woman with bright red hair and a almost like an emerald green dress lured me to the edge of the lake, and the next thing I know, I woke up in the cell. As for Jakaros, he starts to awaken as well and says, in a similar fashion, he too saw a woman with red hair and a green dress, but she told him that Caven couldn't be forgiven, and that I needed to deal with him once and for all. From the sounds of it, he was the one who had, let's just say, opened the window, allowing for something or someone to enter.
Is Jakardos still smitten with Scarlet?
Yes, very much so.
Good. I give Scarlet sort of a knowing glance, like, utilize that if we need it.
So his name is Jacardo.
His name is Jakadros is the proper pronunciation, but I call him Jakados because I'm Australian. That's how we say things. Jakados. Jackie is probably what we'd call him.
Juggy.
Jackie. He's Jackie.
Daddy Jacardos.
Yep.
I turn to everyone and ask, so this lady with the green dress and the red hair, is that the one that Caven was talking about?
Yes, I assume so. The one from the barge, the gambling runic persuasion lady?
Lady Osaria, I don't think we got a description, but that would be my guess.
So if he's so obsessed with her, maybe we could use him as a hostage and go see that woman?
Maybe it's just me, but if he was of any worth as a hostage, then why enchant him? If Nexon is correct and he does have a rune of lust over his head, and it scarcely makes any sense that he would be of any value to her.
He's a puppet.
Well, I'd be concerned if we brought him, he could get hurt. He clearly is infatuated,
could-
use him
Or
again.
she could control him and use him against us.
Mhm.
And next scene, where was the lust symbol on his body?
On his forehead.
Maybe we could try to scalp the skin on his forehead to get rid of the spell.
Well, that might hurt.
And we've already proven that that does not work. As you recall, when we were dealing with the large wolf previously, removal of the skin was only superfluous. It didn't really erase the magic without spells and necessary components.
Or if you say so, I was.
I might be able to do something tomorrow, but I've already done that trick today.
I don't think that he should be taken anywhere near this woman.
Agreed.
Well, we have two options. We go and face her straight on, or we go check out the waterfall at the fort, find out what on earth is going on with this and who's behind it, and then to her.
I think the waterfall might be a good idea. The more we know, the better. She clearly already has a general idea that we're here, so the element of surprise doesn't seem like it's going to be on our side.
And this
And I don't know
waterfall.
where we'd find her.
Sorry, go ahead.
She's at the
I don't know where
dockyard
we-
there, isn't she? The
Well,
gambling
her,
ship.
her boat burned down.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not there
no.
anymore.
Do we know if the waterfall is clean?
The waterfall. You have not seen the waterfall up close, but if we draw our attentions to the lovely map that will now appear in just a moment, boop, there we go. And let us get rid of our dear friends here for a second so we can get a clear view. All right. So from the map here, you see where Turtleback Ferry is at the at kind of the mouth of the bottom of Clay Bottom Lake, where it meets that river. Following that all the way up, you can actually see from the town. Eventually, that river winds upwards and reaches a big, large rise of mountains that then plateaus upwards. There is a massive dam there, which is known as Skull's Crossing. You know this because even back in Thessalonian times, Skull's Crossing was still a feature of this particular region. That waterfall still seems to flow blue and pure and beautiful.
All right,
Well,
I'm up for going there.
Good. All right. So there's two of us. Everybody else on board?
Yes.
If it's the best way to find her, then yes. Plus, I would like to know more about these runes. You both, all three of you, seem rather disturbed by them.
Well, they can be interesting and not the worst thing in the world, like ours, for example, or they can essentially be a way to indoctrinate others and control, like poor Caden here.
Yes, well, Scarlett and I know nothing about them, so perhaps it's good that we're checking them out, as
Yeah.
those others say.
Right. And more we know about going in and her particular type of magic would be really important. I think.
Didn't you also mention that something or someone could be behind this?
Yes, something greater. I mean, she's a possibility. We've been kind of going through each of them so far, so we'll see.
And when you say greater, what on earth do you mean?
Well, it's more of a hunch. I don't quite know, but it seems like somebody's pulling a lot of strings. Just think of like all the locations, the houses, the boats that they've had to use. Like it's a lot of infrastructure. So you have to imagine somebody would be able to manage this. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't really done a lot of managing in my life. I've been much more local in my home, but it seems like a lot of effort.
Indeed, full scale. So we need to find out whether she's the puppet master or if this is a puppet master jerk off session.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That could be it. The tiers. Yes. I mean,
Malvolio
higher
turns and
up,
says,
clearly of power.
Malvolio says, I'll try not to take that too personally.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's okay.
It's fine.
I meant more that they're helping each other out, but yes, of course.
Do we trust any of the I'm forgetting the Black Arrow fellows to
Absolutely not.
maybe help? All right.
Unfortunately, they seem compromised. I mean, look at them. I can't even tell which one's which because they keep. I thought we already had this one tied back over at the tree, and he's over here instead. And so, honestly, I don't even remember which one I was talking to at this point. So, remembering which one I can trust out of all of this seems incredibly impossible.
If they have runes on them, we might assume that they are being controlled, and therefore we do not have any impact on what they do to us.
True.
So, seems as though it's just going to be the 5 of us.
Well, there
And plus,
is-
we can't do like full body checks to see if they have it somewhere else that we haven't seen. So we probably just have to cross the whole group off.
I mean, I'm sure Scarlet could do some full body checks. She's used to that.
No, not unless I get paid a good price to touch someone else's skin.
You know, that's kind of fair. Get paid for what you do, right?
Exactly.
Well, we do
I-
have one other potential avenue. Remember, we did come with Shalelu, and she was in search of the Rangers, but if I was not mistaken, I don't think she was. I didn't think she had a tattoo.
No, but she is severely injured from the attack.
Sorry, I'm losing my voice because I keep hearing AJ, and AJ's like channeling my inner jerk hole. So give me a moment while I. All right, I am Mervolo. All right, very well. Okay, good. Yes, excellent. Yes, no. If we perhaps we could ask or get help from Shilelu. She might be able to give us some help getting there if her leg injury is not too bad.
Ah,
I mean, it's been a few days. Maybe she's gotten it looked at.
Maybe I could try
Worth just
another.
doing a quick ask.
I could do another healing spell to speed things up if she needs to.
that could be helpful, like a touch up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And now
I think
that
that would be
we've,
great. And we can make sure it's not infected or anything.
One
Yeah.
quick question on the whole Shalelu front, though.
Hmm.
Did we find her father?
Yes,
And which one is
Yeah,
that? I look over at the black arrows.
it's Daddy, I think, right?
Jakad Dross is Shalelu's father. Got it. Canon now, even if that wasn't the case.
No, it is. It was.
Oh, good.
It is.
It's the canon.
Well, good. At least maybe we can return her father to her and she'll be less stressed and influenced by that mania.
But what if he goes crazy and kills her?
Then we stop him?
Okay.
Maybe we leave him tied up there.
Yes, perhaps.
Sure.
Perhaps
Oh, yes.
we could.
Hi, Shalelu. Welcome. We've got your father tied up behind us.
Well, at least we brought him and he'd be
Come with
alive.
us to the fort so that we can save his mentality. I'm just hoping that we're not taking her with us and she's compromised because she's close to this.
Oh, emotionally connected. Oh, I see
Indeed.
where you're going.
Right. Well,
Backup is always a good thing. I'm just saying.
how about this? What if we tell Shilelu that we are taking Jakadros with us, leaving her in town, and then having, say, the guards watching over them? She stays in town. She thinks her father's traveling with us and is relatively safe, and she won't go out looking for him, or potentially put us at risk.
Are we lying?
I think we're just leaving.
So we're not getting her as backup?
Well, I mean, you're the one who said she might be compromised. I don't
No, I'm just
disagree.
well, if she's not coming and we're not inviting her, why are we telling her anything at all?
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, we just don't go to see her. She'll just think
Yeah.
we're still on the mission. No?
And
Okay,
then
so
she
let's
could
go
show
straight
up
to
on her
the-
own.
I think we find a convenient way to tie up these gentlemen and we make our way to the fort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Alright.
there some sort of cellar or very strong confinement that we can throw them to?
You
Oh,
you watch as
Shillelagh.
Malvolo pulls out a sword and he says, "There will be." As as Malvolo works very swiftly, he creates a masterpiece series of basically they are one-way lock rooms. There is no key. There is no method of getting out of that room outside of a very intricate series of wooden mechanisms, which he then provides to the innkeeper, who is super angry at the fact that his inn has been modified against his will. Malvolo, in retaliation, will say that he is more than welcome to try and take it down, and will obviously he'll not be able to.
Can we at least leave a note? Shillelagh is, really good at hunting things down. She was already in pursuit. She could have a general idea, and I don't think it would be really good if we just left them all here tied up without any context for her. I mean, she's concerned.
I think maybe just letting her know, like, we found them, they're okay. We're headed to the fort on our own to find out some more details, but don't worry about your dad. We'll tell you more when we get back.
Yes. I think that would be better. At least something in case she happens, because, I mean, she's been kind to us. I don't feel right about leaving her in the dark.
Do you want me to write the note? I have a very beautiful writing style.
Yes. If it's smooth, maybe it will convey confidence and comfort.
Sure.
That
All
would
right.
be good.
Scarlet, what does the letter say?
Oh, don't disclose our location, though. We don't want her to follow if she's compromised, too. No?
The letter says, "Dear Shillelagh."
Wait.
Perfect start.
It's like says Shillelagh like 4 times as you try to figure out how to spell that.
Dear Shillelagh, then what you said, Maxine. Your dad is safe here. And we're still on the mission, and we'll tell you more when we get back.
Maybe explain why they're tied up so that she doesn't untie them.
Your dad is tied up because he may be compromised. So we advise you to keep him tied up until we're sure he's of no danger to anyone else or himself. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind regards.
We have a group name.
Do we have a group name?
We've never really discussed that before.
No, we've just had our individual names.
What should we
It's
call?
never really come up.
Well,
What
I
should
mean,
we have badges.
so
from Sandpoint.
We
so,
were.
so here's what I'd like to do.
Referred to as the hero of Sandpoints.
Yes, we referred to the
Yeah.
Heroes of Sandpoint before. Here's what I would like to do. I would like so here's what we're gonna do. In chat, I'm gonna set up a poll. So we're gonna have everyone everyone make one suggestion for a group name, and then we will let the audience decide what we shall be called. So I'm gonna go with the Heroes of Sandpoint as a generic. All right. What are some other suggestions?
The Roonies.
What was that?
The Roonies?
The Roonies.
The Roonies.
Is that a spin-off of the Goonies?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. The Roonies. Okay. Yep.
But just the.
V, like the letter V.
No, the.
Oh, the.
T-H-E.
The. Okay.
The rune solvers? I don't know. I haven't been here very long.
Rune solvers. All right.
I like the runeys.
And one more.
Oh, I can't think of anything. The ancients, because we're old, right? From a different time.
I love that.
The ancients.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
Back from the future.
All right.
Yes.
So we've got a 2-minute poll. It is up. What is our group name? Audience, let us know. Cast your votes right now, and I guess we'll see what we're gonna be called. All right. So while we're accruing for that, you will of course sign this and give it to Shalelu. Well, sorry. You will. Are you giving it to her directly, or are you just kind of leaving it, or sending someone out off to give it to her?
We should really just drop it at her location, shouldn't we?
Probably, yeah. Either that or having somebody take it to her.
I don't know how this town works. Tavern keeper, can you send this note to Shalelu?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I can, but I'm still not happy about all of the walls you've put in on my doors. Who's gonna pay for that?
Make it a new feature, like an escape room or something.
Room for escaping, you say that? That might catch on, it might.
Mm-hmm. It's like a puzzle.
All right. I see where you're going here. Okay, yeah, I can do that. He takes the note and he kind of hands it to one of the kitchen hands. He then tells the young lad to go to the safe house that you've kept Shalelu, and he rushes off. Now, how do you intend to travel across the Varisian countryside? Bearing in mind, the journey from here to Fort Rannoch, which is where the Black Arrow's home base is roughly a 4-day journey.
Oh.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a conjuration mark.
Yes, you do.
I don't know what it does, but can I conjure some mounts?
You can. Conjuration magic is basically the magic of being able to summon or to conjure objects, creatures, things, for example. Among that is, of course, also the ability to create portals and teleport.
Sick.
We are, by popular demand, the Roonies.
Yeah.
Well done. So that is
the
it.
ancients were so close.
That's true. The Ancients was pretty good. I did like the Ancients as well. All right.
So I sign the Roonies with very beautiful calligraphy.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I
Also, we're
conjure
goofy.
a fucking portal because that's dope.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right. Well,
What on earth is this?
Well, originally I was going to make us ride like on a wagon with a bard, and there was going to be campfire stories, but a portal will do.
I mean, do
it's
you want me
fine.
to? I can take it back.
No, it's great. It's great. I love this.
I also love the idea that my character has no clue how she did it because she hasn't used her. She doesn't have magic.
No,
Yeah.
you do not. So.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
I just.
What do you just said we
Yes.
wanted to go this
No,
way, and now
I'm
we're
seeing
going.
exactly what you're seeing. It came out of nowhere.
You have magic in you.
I don't.
You have to.
I
How
don't.
You're proof different.
Look, I'm going to take
know
it
you're
as a
the-
sign from my god or these stupid runes on our bodies, but I'm certainly not magical, I'll tell you that. For
You
certain.
might now be, sweetheart. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Don't ever call me sweetheart.
Congratulations, you found a magic bone.
No.
It's just
Dude.
part of it. Don't worry. This is very exciting for you, though. I can't imagine. This is your first magic spell. We should
I feel
celebrate.
like this is a lot more exciting for you than it is for me.
I'm very happy for you.
Right.
This is very big Deep
Yeah.
magic. This
What's
isn't
it?
easy.
It's a magic circle thing in the sky. Never call me sweetheart again. Now let's go.
So,
Cookie works too.
so to give some visual to the portal that is suddenly conjured, the 7-pointed star that is on Cecilia suddenly glows, specifically the rune of sloth. As it does so, it now stops glowing, and as it does, it kind of responds to your deepest wish. And you wished that there was a faster way for you to get to Fort Rannoch. And lo and behold, a tear appears in the very sky, with a very clear, glassy, mirrored sheen towards the fortress itself. Malvolo, having come from the realm of sloth, this is actually very commonplace. Because the sloth people hate walking, and this is how they did things.
Oh, thank God, there's a portal.
Yeah, basically is what Malvolo's like. Oh, there is a Lysala. Thank God for this. All right. Okay. Well, so much for having a few days to fix Collodi. I'll just do him on the road. That's fine.
It's fine. I'll swing him on my back.
Oh,
And
he's
she'll
he's
pick
in.
Collodi
He's
up
with,
and
yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll strap
Alright.
his arms like as a small backpack. Which actually works because he doesn't probably have that many acorns left in him, so there's room
Very
for
true.
storage.
Very true. Also, these don't last very long, so we should probably.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Can we just go through it?
Yes, let's
Oh.
go through Cecilia's first magic portal.
But Cecilia, just you might want to go last, because normally with these things, when the caster, the non-magic caster, goes through, usually it can close up. So.
I'm perfectly happy with going last. I barely want to put my foot in that.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
trust
Isn't
in
that
it.
kind of dangerous? Isn't it one of those things where you enter and then you came out with your head in your groin and your leg at the place of your arm or something?
That is a good point. There are trapped portals.
Can we put Cody first and then retrieve him to see if he's in one piece?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Nexon, may I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I dig through the
pull
bag
out
of holding
Collodi.
and I put Collodi back together. He's still kind of not moving, so I then just, and you hear this. Ah, crap! I forgot to tie the rope. Okay. Look, I'll go through. Yeah, I'll go through. I'll go through. Just it's okay. Malvolo steps through, and you can see him on the other side. He picks up Collodi, kind of checks him, checks his head, checks his groin, gives a thumbs up.
Next,
Okay.
we'll just stroll on through.
I go to Rain and say, can we hold hands while we pass through that?
Oh, of course. And she's going to not only like hold your hand, but kind of like loop her arm through yours and kind of do like a nice little tie through.
I feel very safe. Let's go.
Yes.
As Cecilia, as you were about to go through, you hear this. All right, I've delivered your letter. What have you done to my foyer?
It's part of the escape room. Love it, darling, or leave it. I walk through the portal.
See, no, you can't just leave it. And it's the last thing you hear from the very angry innkeeper, who in the last few days has had his stables exploded, his rooms turned into
Was
cells.
it the same guy?
It's the same
Was
guy.
it the same stable?
Same guy.
Remember the Roonies.
Everyone
Bill,
send their regards.
Bill our room. All right. Now, as you emerge on the other side of the portal,
Ugh.
the mountain wind kicks very heavily here. A chill seems to be carried in the breeze, and carrying on which is the smell of pine from the forests that surround you. The treetops here are glistening with a very, very thin sheet of snow, and there is a biting chill in the air. As we will now share with you the visage that is Fort Rannoch. There we go. All right. So, my players, you should now be able to see The fortress. Built into the side of the mountain, at the base of what appears to be a rolling waterfall. The cascading waters sounding absolutely incredible as they pour and gather very, very near the sounds of this amazing, very, very well-kept fortress. Despite its nature, however, you can notice a few small deceptive details. There are places among the rampart that have been destroyed, large holes in the wall that have slowly been repaired with bits of scaffold. You can see that there is no signs of any guards or soldiers here between where you are, about maybe 200-300 feet away, and the actual fortress itself. But you do see something moving among the castle. You do see large lumbering figures.
Ogres?
Hard to say from where you are, but likely yes.
Can we tell from like the stench or something?
Again, from where you are, very difficult, but probably yes.
Rain
There's
has a
a
new
downwind.
heightened sense of smell, don't you, Rain?
Oh, you do. That's right. As you sort of take a deep breath in, here is what you smell. All right. Apart from the pine trees that very clearly assail your senses, you smell the crispness of the water and the fish that dwell within. You could smell matted mange from a bear nearby. You could smell some sweet red berries not too far away either. You hear the sounds of insects nearby and smell honey, likely a beehive. And breaking through all of that, almost like a thin sliver, is a smell of almost the smell of blue cheese, something festering. It cuts like a tiny razor through these other natural scents. And it seems to be surrounded by other smells too. The smell of varnish, the smell of horse manure, the smell of blood.
Oh.
It is accompanied by a rather, kind of very, very thick musk. Yes.
Rain?
Much further.
Smells familiar, doesn't it?
It's awful. It's awful.
You get used to the sense of smell eventually, I promise you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, everything was fine until we got over there. Ooh. She's gonna just pick up like any living plant right now and just try to breathe that in instead, just refocusing on something that's nearby.
All right.
And I go to Rain and say, smell my hair.
Buttons. Oh, can I?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to bury my snout into her hair. Just
There is
full on.
there is an incredible perfume of. Oh, actually, no. I have this scent. One moment. All right. I want you to pick a sin, Scarlet.
A sin?
One of the 7 deadly sins. As the Kingdom of Lust were very well known for their exotic perfumes, and the Thessalonians specifically had very regional perfumes, one of which you have on your person, and you have currently used to scent yourself.
Lust too.
Very well. Lust has a mixture of 3 distinct scents. The first, of course, is a small citrus kind of smell from Fuji apples. Mixed in is what you can only describe as maybe raspberries, and then a very, very floral bouquet of lavender and kind of like this very almost like aniseed kind of smell.
Whoa, this is amazing. Just exquisite. The most I've ever really smelled nice is like when I did apple picking in the orchard, and that's about it. This is heavenly.
Oh,
Here. And she's going to lift up buttons to smell her hair as well. Can he?
The tiny mushroom has fingers that are more stubs. They actually have no finger joints as it tries to reach for your hair.
Would this be all right, Scarlet?
Yes, go ahead at this point.
yeah.
Buttons places its face. This tiny little mushroom leshy begins to smell the hair, and it seems to have a very similar effect to catnip.
I actually imagine as Buttons breathes this in, that purple aura that had been translucent and changing underneath the skin tones actually changes to like a pink reddish behind and is reflective of what he's breathing in his environment.
Very nice. Beautiful.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Cecilia,
so much fun.
Cecilia and Nixon, if you want some, go ahead.
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, it's amazing.
Right?
Yes.
I have
I
a
can't
strong
even
sense of
imagine.
smell. I've smelt it already.
You're welcome.
As the joyful Button enjoys the aromas, and Rain, you now have almost all but lost the very poignant smells of the ogres in the fort. We now return to the scene in front of you. Everyone should now be able to see the map that I have provided, I hope.
Yes.
Good. And, of course, you can see there are a multitude of different features here. To the south of the fort is a large bridge that leads to these heavy-set gates, guarded by a large portcullis that separates an inner courtyard from the fort. It is also nearby the waterfall itself, as it roils down, collecting in a pool nearby. If what the Rangers had said were to be true, behind that waterfall should be a series of caverns that may give you access into the fort itself. Following that river to the north, there is a second bridge. This one a little bit less occupied. It is quieter up to the north. Yeah, that's what you can see as it curves into the mountainside itself.
Well, we could go to the left and try to sneak in through those caverns. That might be our easiest way, especially if we don't want to run into what up in there.
Right. And we want to check out whether this secret entrance was in fact used.
Yes, exactly. And what could be in there?
Yeah, it sounded like maybe that's where some of the runes were.
Mm-hmm.
But it also sounded like that was the way that the ogres got in, or the way that someone else got in to let the ogres in.
Maybe
So-
in their confidence they won't guard it.
Just be on high alert, but I agree with you. I think we should go in that way.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I noticed on the map you have is a lot of red pins.
Well, don't worry about that.
Okay. Those aren't markers of danger at all, I'm sure.
No, they'll be fine. Don't worry about that. All right. So, our group begins to make their way forward. The sounds of the waterfall begin to get louder. As you move your way away from the waterfall, away from the bridge, and over to the large pool of water at the base of the waterfall. What once might have been a crystal clear mountain lake has become an abattoir. Partially butchered and mutilated human bodies, some human and some horse, even one of a giant eagle, lies sprawled, thrown over the side of the wall that leads into this small pool of water. The waterfall plummets from the cliffs above into the western pool, which keeps much of the water clean, save for the shore slick with the blood of the dead. As you approach, can I have everyone make me a perception check?
Ooh, 29.
Nice. Cool. All right. Pretty much everyone, with the exception of Scarlet. And there's
She's
probably
still
also roll
smelling
for...
her own hair, right?
Nope. Scarlet and Malvolo. Malvolo was just busy. He's just like, yeah, no,
They're just
okay.
doing hair mustaches.
Where am I gonna get a defibrillator cracker now? I can't. I swear, it's like Fubu cranks don't grow on trees. As he's. Is this what we're doing? Are we?
Yes. We
Very
all
well.
now have mustache. We're
Yes.
going in disguise. No one will know who we are.
All right, very well. We are now all in disguise. You know, the sad thing is this almost suits me.
It's a good look for all of us.
See, watch. Ready? Wah! Yeah, okay.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
it weirdly
okay.
looks like my father.
Luigi.
Yes. All right. Yeah, serious gaming here. That's not it. All right. Everyone with the exception of Scarlet and Malvolo can see behind the waterfall itself, as the waters create a curtain, you can see that there is, in fact, a very narrow passageway that you should be able to make your way around to reach. Standing by and close together, you begin to move towards the waterfall. The waters are raging and super heavy. You will need to force your way through in order to get to the area behind, unless you wish to brave the other side of the other side of the little pool here, which is covered with dead bodies.
Ew.
Yay. Don't worry. Rain's gonna pull out her shield and kind of hold it over her head. I'd like to kind of create a small barrier where they can go underneath me.
Beautiful.
I'll hold the shield above me, carrying the weight of the waterfall.
All right, you can hear the
through my legs
thunder.
as I carry it over me.
Oh yeah, you can hear the thunder of the water hitting your shield. The spray creates almost an umbrella around you. The weight is quite incredible. I need you to make me an athletics check. And while we do so, I would like to give a special warm and hearty welcome to Manapot Studios. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. You guys, it's always good seeing you. Hi, how you been? I hope that your stream went super, super well. Long story short, for you new joining the chat now, our group is currently in a fort run by ogres. We are trying to track down a woman by the name of Lucilia, I think it was. Yes, something like that. Yeah, woman in
Syria.
Beauty, a vision of
Lucilia. We are trying to track down this woman who has apparently overthrown the rangers that used to live here and imposed a bunch of ogres. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're infiltrating ogre territory. All right. As Rain, you hold up the your shield. It does make it easy for everyone to pass down. Your strength check is more than adequate, and with little effort, you all find yourselves within the cavern.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't want your hair getting wet and losing that beautiful smell.
That's true.
Yes, I don't particularly like getting wet either.
You could probably use magic to dry off now.
I don't have magic.
You might, though.
Nexon's just going to quietly kind of just rub her hands together and like with them in front of her mouth cast prestidigitation on Cecilia, trying to like not to dry off the water, not let her see that she's casting it.
Oh yeah, you that okay. I want you to make a deception check just for the fun of this.
Oh, good.
And I want to see what happens here. Now, I'd also like to give a very special shout out to RPG Dinosaur Bob, ladies and gentlemen. Dinosaur Bob is our dear friend and world builder from the World Anvil group. We love Dino Bob. He runs an amazing channel and does some pretty cool world building challenges. Definitely go give him a follow. Definitely go show him some love. Thank you for joining us, buddy. We are infiltrating an ogre fortress, which used to be run by rangers. So we're finding out what's happening there. We're sneaking in through a waterfall. Okay, now, unfortunately, Nexon, as you cast prestidigitation on Cecilia in hopes of trying to dry them off without them noticing, there is a very sudden and very poignant as when you imagine, you blow dry a cat and it does that thing where it just sort of poofs up. Yeah, Cecilia, you very suddenly poof up.
Next.
Yes.
Never do that again. All right.
I was just trying to help you out. A little thank you would go a long way.
Appreciate the kind gesture, but I'm currently a fluff ball.
You're a very cute fluff ball.
Don't
You don't have to be the only one. She's gonna lift up
say
Kilo.
it,
Here,
Rain.
can you poof her up?
Rain.
Yeah, and she'll prestidigitate on again.
Twilo.
And poof, Twilo.
See?
I'm gonna whisper to Nexin, I will pay you good money to make that happen again, just so you know.
I'm now matching a squirrel.
It's a very cute squirrel. Twilo's incredibly intelligent and has helped us many times.
Look at you, we should paint you.
No.
I'm taking a mental picture right now.
No, do not
Me
take
too.
a minute. Do not save this memory. Stop it. Stop looking at me.
As the five of us are chatting and drying off, the cave that you find yourself in drips with various pools of water that come down from stalagmites that hang onto the ceilings here. The floor of the cave is dotted with these puddles, and you can see that patches of pale moss and fungus grow in sheets upon the walls. To the north, a 5-foot wide passage angles up further into the darkness. It is at this point, whilst drying and conversing, you realize that you are standing in a small divot. This divot happens to be the exact size, shape, and depth of an ogre footprint.
Is the footprint going in or out?
It is going in.
I bet this is how they got in.
Yeah. Perhaps we should tread carefully. One, to make sure we don't fall into their own footsteps, but maybe they left behind a scout or something? I don't know how well they plan these things through.
All right, now that I'm defluffed, I don't think ogres are very intelligent, so I don't think they would have a scout, but potentially we could send in a distraction once more.
Twilo's really good at that. Plus, Twilo, a squirrel's natural to this area, so it may not be alarming to them if they see a squirrel in this space.
Yes, your squirrel is helpful. Send
Yes. And adorable, right?
That doesn't mean I want to be compared to it.
Well, I would. It's so cute. All right, come on, Twilo. She's gonna gently set Twilo down. If you do well, you can have the rest of the acorns that are rumbling around in Kalodi's head.
Twilo, very excited by this prospect, runs out of Rain's hand and across the floor. As they do so, I will just very quickly have Malvolo function as Twilo.
Fair enough. They're basically the same. I can't say that. No.
That's not entirely incorrect. All right. A few moments later, Twilo returns. This is maybe like 5-ish minutes. Twilo begins to make a variety of different sort of gestures. These are danger gestures.
Okay. Is it big? Stretch your hands up really high if it's a big creature over there.
Twilo does not stretch their hands up high.
Okay. If it's how many there are, circle around one time for each enemy.
She does 2 circles.
Okay. Very good. Do they have weapons? Do like a slashing moment if they have a weapon.
She twists her head.
Okay. No, you did good. Do we need to ask any other questions? We have 2 enemies and they don't seem to have weapons.
Is it to do with the runes?
Twilo shakes her head.
You didn't see any like carvings like this. Okay.
All right, 2 small enemies.
Or at least not large. So they could be like,
ogres.
yeah. So not ogres likely, but something else, which may mean a higher intelligence. Not
Why is
necessarily
it-
by size, because I'd like to pretend that just because I'm large, I'm not. No.
Philo, were they
No.
humans? Humanoids? Human looking?
Yeah. Well, did it look like any of us? And we're all gonna let's all line up. Does Twilo go to stand in front of any of us?
No. It just kind of
Okay.
looks very confused. Shakes.
The only one that looks human or vaguely human is Scarlet.
Well,
Nixon's
They look
small.
like me?
I'm a cat. You have antlers.
yes, an owl cease, if you'd like to know.
Malvola,
That's the official.
Malvola's still working on his thing, pretending not to hear this.
I don't know what you are. You're
I'm-
wearing a mask.
I'm human.
Good. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm still mad about the fluffy thing. Can we move on, please?
I do suppose if one of us wants to be invisible, I can I can make that happen, and they can maybe lead an attack or get a better look.
That sounds good. Maybe we can flank them a little bit and it'll throw them off. Okay.
Who do we make invisible? Who's the best person to send?
Oh, well, I would be better for probably taking hits. So if I'm on my own, that's probably the best out of everyone here.
I can stealth quite well, but that's about it.
Okay.
Then show of hands. Who's for Cecilia?
I can go if you want me to go.
Okay.
And who's for Rain? Going?
I'll volunteer. But if she's going to be quieter, maybe that'll be better.
Okay, let's go with Cecilia, maybe.
All right.
I agree.
Just looking at formation, does Cecilia wish to scout, or do you wish to have Cecilia at the front and then have everyone follow like 10, 15 foot behind?
I think I'll try and scout a little bit.
Sure. Please make me a stealth check as you begin to make your way through these tunnels. And you should be able to control your characters now.
Do I have advantage?
And
'cause
I
I'm
will
invisible?
cast.
And
I'll
we're casting
cast
invisible?
invisibility.
Nice. All right. So, the way that invisibility works, Nexon, would you be so kind?
So the target becomes invisible. It is undetected to all creatures. The creatures can attempt to find the target, making it hidden. It doesn't actually say how. And if you use a hostile action, the spell ends after the hostile action is completed.
Mhm.
That's for 10 minutes.
Yep. So there you go. So the added effect here is basically that they need to take an action to try and identify where you are, called the seek action. All right.
Can I also
will-
cast guidance before she goes?
Of course.
Okay, you're going to be great at this. Don't panic. You'll be fantastic. Trust your instincts.
I don't reply.
Fair enough.
All right. Thankfully, due to your particularly fluffy nature, you are extra soft right now. As
I
your
licked myself down. I'm not as fluffy.
as you make your way forward, please move Cecilia through the tunnel.
Yes.
Step by step, you begin to make your way into the dark. Now, do you have dark vision at all?
I do actually.
Very well.
I believe I have hold on, because of my lineage. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I can see, and I gain dark vision.
Very well.
So one of my ancestral feats that we haven't discovered yet.
Excellent.
Mm.
All right. Please move yourself. All right. As you eventually come to this large chamber,
Mm-hmm.
The floor and ceiling here of this dank cave are likewise coated in that soft grey fungus. These caves, you believe, may have once been used to store something, as you can see large drag marks and several discarded weapons on the ground here. There are no signs of struggle, just abandonment. On the floor, there are two strange and bizarre creatures. They appear thusly.
Oh,
Oh,
What on earth is that?
As one of the lizards sort of... It looks at you. It is about the size of a chihuahua.
It looks at me.
It does. It turns its head left. It turns its head right. And it goes...
Can it see me?
No, it can't see you.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, it knows something is there, so it's kind of like alert. And it's kind of almost like it's calling out to you. And its tongue comes out.
Alright, I head back to the group.
It starts to follow you a little bit,
Oh,
and then stops when you get to the edge, when it gets to the edge of the cave. Alright,
yeah, I'm gonna head back and inform.
sure. You return to the others.
Still invisible, so I hope I don't spook them. Alright.
Ooh.
Sorry.
no, it's okay. It's okay. What's up? What'd you find?
Two lizards.
A lizard? Oh, that actually makes sense.
Yes.
We're in a cave.
Yes, but they seem to be giving off some sort of purple aura spark nonsense. Maybe poisonous. I thought I'd check with you both. Sorry, all three. I'm sorry, Mother. Sometimes I forget you're here. What?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Can I roll like an animal check? Do I know these animals?
Yes, you may make a nature check.
Nature.
Is that a check? Yes, because I knew that
Boom.
beforehand.
Yes, you did. 33.
Ah, excellent. Allow me to put on my best Pokédex voice.
All right,
These
Professor.
brightly colored reptiles share the rough size and pack mentality of a guard dog. Roaming in small groups, shocker lizards, as they're known, have specialized glands under their scales which accumulate static electricity, which they may then unleash in blasts of electricity strong enough to harm significantly larger foes. Though they're meek and docile, when encountered alone, a shocker lizard is significantly more aggressive. In packs, however, they amplify each other's electrical attacks. Shocker lizards are notoriously difficult to domesticate because they're dangerously hostile as part of a group, but will also swiftly wither and die if kept alone, if in captivity without constant attention. A shocker lizard is 3 feet long and weighs 25 pounds. You may now
what they
also
eat?
ask any up to 3 questions regarding shocker lizards and their D&D stats.
Okay, 1. Oh, and their stats. Okay,
Hey, well, you can ask any question, really. I mean, I'm just more mean like, if you say, what are their weaknesses, blah, 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 blah. You know, you get 3 useful bits of information.
what are their weaknesses?
Cupcakes. No. Weaknesses.
Mine.
They are very dumb. They are literally, you know, as you imagine with most animals and stuff like that, there is a certain level of animal instinct and animal intelligence. They are very much pack animals, so individually they are quite derpy.
Okay. What are they afraid of?
Shocker lizards have very few natural predators. However, there are a few different types of eel and aquatic creatures that do prey upon them because they do, of course, need water, like most living creatures. There are also very, very large creatures known as thunderbirds that reside in the mountains that prey on large groups of shocker lizards and feed them to their infants because they are immune to their electrical zaps.
So
Should we ask what they feed off? What they feed on?
Yes.
Yes.
What
What
do
do
they eat?
They are they are carnivores and insectivores specifically. So while they aren't usually big enough to catch and eat things like deer or anything like that, they're being like about the size of like I said, they're very tiny. They do catch like rabbits, and they'll eat burrow. They'll dig up some insects and stuff like that. Also remembering in D&D world, or Pathfinder world in this case, there are quite large insects out there as well that they eat.
Got it.
So they potentially quarrel.
Yes. Sorry, Serum just made a joke. Weak to ground but strong against flying and water types.
Yeah. The natural.
I have an idea for a way to distract them, and we can just kind of tiptoe on by. And she'll reach into the little pouch and pull out Nyx and be like, "Hey, Nyx, do you want to try that disappearing act? We haven't had a chance to do that yet."
I mean, that's smart. I was going to throw the mushroom at them.
But no, not Buttons. Rain's gonna pull Buttons close, almost like a stuffed animal instinctively. You can't do that.
It has a paralyzing saliva.
Yeah, but you have to at least warn us. And Buttons is very cute and could still be hurt.
What?
You can't just throw him like a dodgeball.
I got a way to help make sure Nyx doesn't actually get eaten, but maybe pretty darn close.
There, yes. Not eaten. That's the main goal.
All right. I'm just saying the mushroom could be a tasty secondary dish if we run out of the first one.
We are not feeding them Buttons.
It's a poison mushroom. It might debilitate them.
It's my leshy. And
it's a mushroom. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm having a day.
I'm going to let this one go, but we can talk about it later, okay?
Let's go with the spider, who is more likely to not be eaten.
Yes. I vote for the spider next as well.
Yeah, spider.
All right. Very well. Nyx jumps off from Nexon's pouch and scurries across the ground. It is going to bear your instructions, and for the very first time, I'm going to ask, what are Nyx's stats?
Sheep.
Oh no, the GM's asking for stats. That can't be good.
It'll be fine.
I thought I had a sheet. Oh yeah. Where did his sheet go?
Just make up incredibly powerful stats. Nyx is our super spider master.
40 speed.
Mm-hmm.
24 hit points.
All right. So 40 speed, 24 hit points.
That's a
climber, dark vision.
Let's see. 40, 24.
Its climb speed is 25.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. That'll do. Sweet. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Nyx begins to make their way up through the corridor. I would like Nyx to make me a stealth check, if you would be so kind.
Okay. Do you want me to just roll a d20 or roll my stealth?
Roll a d20, and then add Nyx's dexterity with a +4.
So that'd be 21, 25. Or sorry, 24.
24? All right, very well. So let me just...
And I will suggest that the group kind of
Alright.
follow, but give a little bit of space.
Okay, what is Nyx's AC, sorry?
That's a good question. Okay, it's my armor class.
That's nice.
Easy. 22.
Nice.
Alright, I am going to impose a spider warning for everyone.
Spider warning.
There is
It's a cute spider.
There it is. Okay. Nyx is tiny. Alright, and sorry, what was the AC one more time?
22.
22, done. Okay, good. 22 and 24 hit points. Done. Alright. So, Nyx begins to move, and you've gotten that for your stealth check. Alright. Okay. Nyx can make me a perception check as the spider begins to make its way into the chamber in front. Its tiny legs keeping it moving quite swiftly.
Oh,
So I think that's just a straight 19.
Alright, straight 19. Nyx stops dead in its tracks. Its legs curl backwards, almost, you know, like some spiders like try to pretend to be rocks. It is hiding. You see a glowing light that seems to emanate from the cavern ahead. One of the shocker lizard that had been chasing Cecilia has started looking around. Its tongue licks in the air, and it is fairly confident there is food nearby. Nyx is prey, and Nyx knows it. The other shocker starts to look for food.
Gonna try and have Nyx like run up the wall and then like deeper to the far end of the cave if it can.
All right. I'm going to get you to make another stealth check, if you would. But these creatures are agitated.
Uh-oh. I think that's only 11.
oh no, no.
That's fine. I wanted them to notice it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they definitely do. All right. The shocker lizards immediately notice Nyx. And I'm going to say that everyone is roughly where they are. Scarlet, can you place yourself just in the lineup as well as you, Nexon? As we will then fly into initiative. I'm going to roll an initiative for Nyx as well. No, actually, no. Nyx will go on your turn. That's what will happen. That's what we'll do.
Okay.
All right. But you may choose to roll stealth or perception for your initiative.
Boom.
Oop, yeah, well, there goes Malvilla.
That hissing noise.
Super angry.
It's very agitated.
Super agitated.
Not happy.
All right. Nice. Those are some really good rolls. All right. Rain, you are up first. Now, at present, I'm going to say that you don't know anything's wrong. Nothing's really been communicated yet. But you can hear the sounds of the hissing coming from up ahead. So you're fairly confident they know something's up.
Okay. I'm going to raise my shield and move a little bit right around this bend, but still trying to stay out of sight from it. Because I know Nexon's doing something with Nyx and creating something, so I want to support this as best I can.
All right, so your first action is to move. Let's say that your second action is to stealth, so you may make me a stealth roll.
I
And
will give you a stealth roll.
And if you want to, you may attempt a third check to, re-stealth, I guess, if you would like to. Oh, that's pretty decent though.
I'm gonna use my reroll. A little red.
Oh well, you don't need to use your reroll because remember you've got 3 actions, so
yeah.
you do actually have a whole.
Actions,
Yeah, you've got a
read
whole
Okay.
other action to do.
I would like to try that one again because the 15 isn't awesome. Okay, that's worse. It's a 14. Now
Okay.
can I?
Yeah, now you can if you would like to, but keeping in
No,
mind you can
no.
keep the best of, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because you are just focused on stealthing, even if your last roll was worse than say your first, you'll go with your first.
Okay. Can I ask if 15 is good enough, or do I have to just?
They'll make a perception check, so I can't give you that answer, but
Okay.
higher is better, obviously. I can tell you. No, I can't
Is
because
that
you.
how that works? Higher is better.
Well, yes.
What
Look, you.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Would you like to reroll? Yay or nay?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
let's make
I
that
want to.
reroll happen.
I don't want to ruin it right at the very beginning.
Yes.
Oh balls.
That's okay. It's still 15.
Okay.
All right. It is still 15.
Okay. Cool. 15 it is.
All right. Oh, I don't know why my initiative
It's
skipped it,
downhill
but
for me.
Cecilia, you were actually supposed to go first, but we'll go with you now. So
Oh,
Cecilia.
sorry.
No. That was for some reason. Yeah. I think it's because it strolled down a little bit. So, because we have so many people.
Scarlett and I both got 27.
Scarlet.
Oh.
Where's Scarlet at the bottom then?
I'm just gonna lean against the wall and be like, pretend I did nothing.
Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. So Cecilia and Scarlet, I'll say that my apologies. We'll have you guys go now, but yeah. So Cecilia, you first.
I'm gonna use my climbing speed.
Okay,
and
sorry. 2 seconds. I just need to calm these lizards down a little bit. Okay, there we go.
They're a bit aggressive.
they are a teeny bit. Okay, continue.
I'm gonna use my climbing speed, and stealthily, because I'm still invisible, I'm gonna go across the roof. How high is this cabin?
The cabin itself is about 15 foot high.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna crawl up the walls using my climb speed.
Okay.
And get to the other side of the cave is my plan.
Sure. All right. So your move speed. What's your climb speed?
My climb speed is 10.
Okay. You begin to crawl up because you're moving at 10 foot around. I'm going to say that you're kind of going on an angle rather than straight up or across. So are you just going to use your full action to do that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get up to where I'm like above the lizards.
So 10, 20, 30. All right. So you'll pretty much be just above where rain happens to be.
Yeah, cool.
And
All
you're
right.
still invisible.
Yeah,
I'm still
and you are
invisible.
still invisible. Yeah.
And I want to be relatively stealthy up there.
Beautiful.
Can I prepare like an action from there?
Not after having spent all 3 of your actions. You can.
No worries.
You
I
can
will just-
traditionally, yes.
I'll stay up there, prepare for anything.
Sure. Scarlet, you're up next.
I would like to go right beside Rain.
10, 20, 30, 35. So that'll take you 2 movements to get up next to where Rain is.
So I have one left, right?
Correct.
I would like to cast Calm Emotions on the lizards, on the taser lizards.
Ooh, okay. Very well. As you do so, how does this spell look when you cast it?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't think about that. Calm Emotion, I'm just gonna, like you said, my eyes are gonna light up and some like wasp thingies are gonna appear. And I'm just gonna raise my hand like so. And a smell of honey is gonna like incense the air.
Nice. I love that. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So now, if you use Calm Emotion, here's what you need to do. On your character sheet, under the actions, you have your spells. Next to this spell, Calm Emotion, there is a small magnifying glass.
Yes.
If you select the magnifying glass, it'll drop down the abilities of that spell, including the saving throw associated with it. So it should say will save something, something, something. Or will DC something.
Will DC 26.
Cool. Now drag that will DC, the word, drag it, and you'll get a dice, and then drop it onto the Shocko lizard you can see. Oh, it gets a critical failure. So, can you read the effects of calm emotion? What happens to this poor lizard?
Okay, so calm emotion. You forcibly calm creatures in the area, soothing them into a non-violent state. Each creature must attempt a will save.
Oh, so is it multiple creatures?
Yes.
Ah, how many creatures can you affect?
Calm creatures in the area. So 10-foot bursts.
10-foot
Range.
burst.
Range is 120 feet, 120
Okay.
feet.
Unfortunately, that second shocker lizard is like just outside of range.
Sure, okay.
But you do get that one. All right, so pick a number between 1 to 5 for the critical fumble effect. Or it's
3.
failure. 3? 1, 2, 3. Cool. So, in addition to that, you you land a critical hit is what happens. So a critical hit is it is not only calmed, but that's cool. Okay. It is slowed as well. It is super lethargic. So let me just pull this thing. It's Shocker Lizard 1.
Time for a lizard nap.
It is,
Yes.
yeah, it is super slow. It loses an action every turn. It is, yeah, it's just chill. Don't worry about a thing. Yep. Done. All right. That then brings us to Nexon.
All right, I'm going to. Yeah, use one of my actions to get to here, and I'll try and go quietly.
All right.
And then I'm just. I don't really have anything else I want to do.
All right. You can go defensive, or you can
yeah,
stealth.
I guess I'm just gonna pull out my sling and have a shot ready to throw at one of the shocker lizards if they notice us.
Beautiful. All right. What does Nyx decide to do? So the lizard closest to Nyx is calmed down, but there is a second one just across the way, kind of eyeballing, like.
I'm gonna have Nyx kind of continue on the wall that it's on, trying to get like around to the back. I don't know why I keep pointing with my cursor. You can't see that.
Yep. All right. So about here.
Right here. Can't you see?
Yeah, and have him kind of start doing a little bit of a dance to try and get the attention of the shocker lizard.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? That's precisely what happens. This shocker lizard has lost interest. And will just kind of wander around and just go back to his business. Doesn't really do anything here. So, yeah, this tiny little shocker lizard goes and does that. Also, I'd like to give a special welcome to Play Nerd Ally, who is a dear friend of our channel. He's asked what the hell's going on here. A tiny spider is distracting a pair of hungry shocker lizards so that the group can sneak into this chamber here. One of them has had calm emotion cast on it, and it's just kind of plodding about, thanks to, of course, our enchanting Scarlet. The second, however, is dead-eyed fix. Like, have you ever seen a cat, like, with prey, just sort of, you know, like, definitely, like, focused on what it's doing. So that's 5, 15, 20. So the shocker lizard. Oh, look, the shocker lizards are the size of chihuahuas, so, I mean, they're okay. Now,
They're cute.
here is the interesting thing. Now, a shocker lizard is going to use... so because it's moved, it's using discharge to discharge a bolt of lightning from its person. Now, if it is within a certain radius of another shocker lizard, it amplifies the voltage of the shocker lizard. Yes. So there we go.
How does the lizard discharge?
All right. Let me show another picture of this while I describe this. Sorry, I'm trying to bounce the abilities here. All right. Shocker lizard lens surges electrifies nearby lizards, striking. It's constructed structures that lose non-lethal trait. Okay, so yeah. So unless there's a second shocker lizard, the zaps from a single shocker lizard is a non-lethal attack. Because there are two of them, it is lethal. Increase the DC of... Okay, so the DC of its discharge is 20. Good. There we go. Done. That's what happens. Okay, good.
Why is it called discharge?
Because it's electricity.
Oh, gross.
All right, so these are shocker lizards. Now, as the shocker lizard looks towards Nyx, you see that electricity begins to gather in these various like sort of spines that line the ridges of its jaw. As electricity passes through its body, it sort of points its tail in the direction of Nyx, and a bolt of lightning flies outwards towards Nyx. Now let's see what happens here. If I do, can I drag this? Nope. Okay, so Nyx needs to make me a reflex save.
Okay. I don't have reflex save written down on my sheet.
Then that'll be their dexterity. Looking at a standard hunting spider, reflex is a trained skill.
Okay.
So that'll give you a +2, but that will fail, unfortunately.
18. Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna use my reaction. So, since I'm guessing Nyx would be taking damage.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, Nyx goes from being this solid form to kind of this like misty, see-through spider. In just a puff, as Nexon just goes, "You're gonna be okay," and I will use Phase Familiar. So that means he gains 17 resistance to all damage and is immune to piercing damage.
Nice. Whoa. Very cool. So
only for the triggering damage. So, but
all right, but that's still really useful. Okay, so as you do so, the electricity arcs outwards and zaps in that direction, dealing, let's see here, 3d6 points of damage, potentially. Alright, that is 10 points of damage. As the electricity erupts and zaps where this tiny spider was. However, thankfully, 17 of that damage is resisted, which brings the damage to 0, and Nyx is fine. Which brings us then to Malvolo, who moves up. He kind of bumps into Scarlet, like, very absent-mindedly, like the top of his head kind of like sort of headbutts her in like the middle of her back, as he says, "Oh, sorry." He's still kind of working hard on fixing Collodi's MacGuffin.
Need any help?
Yes. Could you put your finger here, please?
Where?
As you put your finger, you know, kind of like just holding this kind of spring down, you just hear him sort of winding, and he says, "Okay, yep, yeah." Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, and we go back to the top of the round. Cecilia.
I did not realize how far away I was before I started wall climbing.
Regret.
Yeah, so I'm going to drop down a little bit, go my full distance, and then get back onto the wall.
Sorry, I'm just imagining this very embarrassed, like,
Luckily, I'm invisible, so no one knows.
Yeah, no one notices at all. All right. So you move 30 foot. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Do you want to go left or right?
I want to go right, even though there's a gap. I'm gonna go over
25,
the
30.
wall.
And then you're climbing up?
Yeah.
All right. So 5, 10. So you get to... So yeah, you're climbing upwards again on that angle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go over the cavern.
Okay, yep. So 5, 10. All right, cool. So that'll get you to about here with 2 extra moves. So
Yeah, cool.
yeah, so you've moved your full distance, you've climbed up on the wall, and now you're on the ceiling above the shocker lizards. Ooh, hold on a second. I need you to make me a stealth check.
Okay. I can do that. Please be good. 25.
All right, shocker lizard number 1. Shocker lizard number 2. You're good. They have not noticed you. Also, just because of the fun fact that I would like to share with my audience as well as my wonderful players, each of these shocker lizards actually have electrolocation out to 20 foot. So they actually detect anything that gives off a bioelectrical signal. Fun fact. Yay. All right.
Well, I'm a fluffy invisible cat on the roof right now.
Yes, correct. But right now they're just more interested in the spider, because that's actual food. Scarlet, it is your turn.
I would like to approach the second lizard until I'm 30 feet away from it. And
Yep.
then
Oh,
the
wait, sorry.
second lizard, the one that I didn't count.
Yep. There you go.
And then I'm gonna cast command and order it to run away from me.
Ooh, very nice. All right. Just like with the other one, drop the saving throw onto the lizard. Yep, you'll need to drag that and drop it onto the actual lizard.
Oh, sorry, to the lizard, sorry.
But I don't think it'll make it. No, and that is another critical failure. All right. With a hiss and a screech, the lizard turns and flees. As it does so, the other lizard, who has no idea what's going on, sees the other lizard fleeing and will also begin to flee. Straight down the corridor and away off in the distance.
We don't have to murder them. This is so good.
They're heading to the north, in case you were wondering where they're headed. So yeah,
Okay.
Towards the northern corridor. And congratulations, you have managed to scare off the lizard. A very, very frightened and quivering Nyx crawls from the wall and rushes over to Nexon's hand. It sort of leaps up and sort of nuzzles into your chest.
Yeah. You're like, good job, little buddy. You did great.
It's just shaking
Tuck
and
back
trembling
into
a
its
little.
hole.
Yeah, it goes back in. It's quiet.
I'm gonna wait until everyone is in the middle of the cavern, and then, just to be spiteful, drop the invisibility and drop down like right next to them.
Very well. Everyone can roll me a will save.
A will save?
Yes, please.
Where is it?
If you look on your front page, it's on the bottom right-hand side of your sheet.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, and Cecilia, you can make an intimidation check.
I don't know if it's gonna be very good. Do I get advantage?
I'll
'Cause
give
it's
you. I'll
very
give you
sim-
advantage. You can have advantage. Okay, you jump down. You go, and it's terrifying, but
Oh, that was.
but yes, no one is startled, except Button. Button is terrified.
No, it's okay. Come here, little one. I'm gonna pick Buttons up and just kind of cradle. It's okay. It's okay.
The tiny Leshy starts to cry.
I know. It was very scary, but you did well. It's okay.
All right. As our group collected themselves, realizing that there are, of course, shocker lizards here, you also realize that there have been ogres having moved through here as well. Further up ahead, you can hear the sound of the mountain whistling as wind seems to come from further up ahead. There is, of course, another entrance, and this will likely lead you into the fortress proper. But this, for now, is where we are going to take our halfway break, as we will return momentarily within, say, about 10 minutes or so after we stretched our legs, had a bit of something to eat or drink, and then return to our wonderful audience for the second half of today's game. Guys, in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for being here. We will, of course, return, as mentioned before, to answer Para's question, where are they going? Our group of heroes is sneaking in through the back route to a large fortress that formerly belonged to a group of rangers named the Black Arrows. It is currently being occupied by some ogres who apparently snuck through the back door in order to try and take over the fort, which is where our heroes are now planning their attack. They have, so far, managed to get 2 rooms in, and we'll see how they go in the second half. If you have any questions about the game, about the chat, please be sure to leave them in chat during the break. And of course, we will see you momentarily. Thank you very much, and we will see you very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Odds Gamer, and welcome back to our part 2 of Pathfinder Rise of the Runelords. As many of you know, we have been playing this adventure for quite some time. We are joined, of course, by a wonderful cast of beautiful characters and the beautiful players that get to enjoy them, ranging from Scarlet, our elven cleric of Calistria, Nexon, our gnomish stitch witch, Cecilia, our catfolk investigator, Rain, our Alces druid, and of course me, Michael, who plays both Malvolo, the human inventor, and his puppet Collodi. Now, our heroes left off having recently made their way to Fort Rannoch, a large fortress in the heart of the mountains nearby Turtleback Ferry, where originally the members of the Black Arrow Ranger Company were thrown away from their homestead, and instead a group of ogres led by apparently some sort of mysterious woman in an emerald dress had lured them there in order to take the fort over. Our heroes have snuck in through the back entrance behind a waterfall in order to try and return the fort from the terrible clutches of the ogres to the Black Arrows. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just before we kick off, I would like to remind you guys that you, as audience members, can influence the game today through a number of different ways, either through the channel points, which will give you bonuses that can apply to our players, or through donations, which go to supporting the channel, ensuring that our actors stay paid, happy, and healthy, and we get to do some pretty cool stuff with that as well. Though, again, preemptive warning, the $50 tier of creating a new NPC may or may not happen. You know, again, it'll really depend because I'm in the GM seat and I'm doing sound and I'm doing everything. So it's a little bit tricky for me today, but I guarantee you if you do want a NPC, one will be added for next week. So just be rest assured, if we don't do it this week, we will 100% do it next week. All right. So without any further ado, our heroes continue through the cave system behind the waterfall. The sounds of the churning water slowly but surely drifting into the distance as they make their way deeper. With the shocker lizards now long gone, and Nyx now securely safe inside of Nexon's pouch, our heroes, Scarlet, Nexon, Malvolo, Rain, and Cecilia, continue their way. Moving following the footprints of the ogres, they eventually come to the edge of what looks to be a very peculiar looking metal bridge. This bridge expands over what looks to be a very beautiful ravine with that more of that fungus and moss that seems to grow along the edges of what looks to be a very immense drop. This deep ravine is so dark that you cannot see the bottom, even with dark vision. And Malvolo makes mention at this point of kind of difficulty seeing. He will take the opportunity to light a torch for himself, unless anyone wishes to tell him not to.
Oh, good.
Excellent. Then he shall torch away. Good. All right. You come to the ravine. What would you guys like to do?
Oh man.
I know this kind of bridge. It's the one that, like, you put one step on them and you fall to your death. So I think someone should, like, cross it first to see if it's safe.
Well, actually, upon looking at the bridge, it is not made of wood, but slats of reinforced wood. Bits of metal seem to actually run each length of the plank, and you can actually see that apart from the struts that reach outwards, creating a railing, there are also several wired cables that reach upwards to the ceiling in addition.
Are there like clearly ogre prints on our side and also ogre footprints on the other side?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
More specifically,
Well.
it looks as though there are handprints, as if an ogre had sort of jumped across, as opposed to walking on this thing. So you can kind of see that there was a point where they got on all fours. So you see like the toe print of like a pair of feet, and then handprints a bit further up ahead. So it looks like they just sort of like leapt over the ravine rather than stepped on this pathetic bridge.
Well, I'll be honest. I think I might be the heaviest here, so if it can hold me up, then I think the rest of us should be fine. So I will go first.
No, wait. We should rope you up in case you fall, so we can catch.
Just be prepared. Like wrap it around another rock or something for leverage.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah. How bad could it be? It looks sturdy.
Marvel, maybe you should be in charge of doing that.
Oh, yes, of course. He pulls out some rope and he creates a harness. So he'll like kind of tie it around both your arms, around your waist, and across your bust, just so that it's got like kind of like a, the climbing tool, kind of harness.
The harness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and he'll affix it to one of the things here. All right.
Okay. She's actually going to take off her little side bag that Twilo typically stays in, and she's going to also set down buttons just in case things don't go wrong. Just keep a good hold. It's okay. It's okay. Here, go run to Scarlet.
No, not run to Nixon.
Okay, go run to Nixon then. Just in case things don't go well, it'll be safer if they hop up here until you can hopefully pull me up. If things go wrong. Yeah, just stay there. It'll be okay.
Sorry, guys, it's not you, it's me. I don't like animals. I don't like you.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I understand. That thing freaks me the hell out.
Yeah,
right. Nixon, you're great with them, so thank you.
All right.
Honestly, it's kind of creepy. Plus, it licks you when you get paralyzed.
Well, that can be a really helpful numbing agent if you need it. It can be hard to find that kind of, resource out in the wild. So before you have to do like emergency surgery, it could be really helpful.
Fair enough.
Yes, your squirrel and your mushroom are helpful. Now go across the bridge.
All right. Okay. This is fine. It's just, it's really tall. Can I lean over the edge? How far down is this drop?
You cannot see the bottom.
Oh. I'm okay. This is fine. I'm sure the bridge is fantastic.
You hear the sounds of a rock dropping, and it just sort of clinks as it hits each segment of the wall. You do not hear it hit the ground.
Oh, okay.
Rain, look at me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You've got this. All right?
All right. Right.
And if I'm telling you that, then it's
yes,
the truth.
that's true. You're not a liar.
No.
Okay, each one grab the rope, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, ready? Rain's going to take her first very tender step across the bridge.
All right. Your first step is quite solid. As you place your foot upon the wooden slats, it holds your weight. There is several segments, almost like plates. I'm gonna draw them just so that I can give you a good visual here. So what you see is kind of like this kind of like almost seam, like there, as if the bridge kind of had like 3 reinforced plates connected to one another.
Okay.
And as you step out onto that first little edge, it feels really secure.
All right. No, this seems good. It's not swaying at all, is it?
No, quite the contrary. It seems rigid.
Well, I guess it was meant to support Ogre's weight, so.
Yeah. Okay. This is fine. I can do this. It's just a height. I'm gonna take another couple steps now forward.
All right, move yourself forward if you would be so kind.
I'd like to hop over this first little.
Oh, after
break.
the seam, yeah. All right.
Yes.
As you hop over the seam.
He emphasized hop too much.
Yeah. Maybe I just take a wider step. I'm not like literally jumping. I feel like jumping would be a bad idea, like really risking it here.
All right. Well,
I extend one leg a little bit further to get over this.
all right. So, as you Cool. Here we go. Beautiful. As you leap from your hop, it's now a leap. As you
we're just going real big on
yeah, as you hurdle yourself, as you fly, as you hop over the seam and land in the center platform, immediately you hear a. As this happens, the weight of your very, very heavy body pushes down on the center platform. The sound you hear is the dislodging of the 2 plate platforms from both pillars, as the 2 other plates snap upwards. As they do, it snaps shut and traps Rain in a perfectly square cage that is now suspended in the center, dangling above the large ravine.
No, she's gonna grab the bars. No, I can't be in here. I can't be in here. Somebody has to get me out. Somebody has to get me out now. Please get me out of here.
Calm down.
No, I am in a cage and I am flying above the air.
We're fully aware of that. If you keep panicking, we're not going to be able to get you out safely.
Okay, well.
Everyone can make a perception check.
Like a really good option right now because I don't know what else to do and this wasn't supposed to happen. If anything, I was supposed to drop down, not get stuck in here in the middle of the platform and the rest of the platform go up and trapping me here in the middle of this.
All right, anyone who gets over 22 realizes that as Rain is panicking, the cage is beginning to sway. With each and every sway, the rope above is starting to fray more and more.
Okay.
Stop panicking.
Yeah, says the person not inside the cage hovering above a ravine which we don't even know if it has a bottom.
Breathe with me. Okay, look. Imagine me Fluffy.
Right. Fluffy.
Chit.
Ooh. It's okay.
Can wait, I'm gonna turn to Scarlet.
Yes.
Scarlet, if you and I both use our whips and attach them to the corner of that cage, we can pull her towards us.
I would not do this.
Why not?
Well, you see here, the trap was clearly made to ensnare, meaning that someone is supposed to come and collect whoever is in this cage. If they struggle too much, it's designed to have a dead drop, meaning that if it's too risky and will not communicate or will not negotiate, it'll go straight down. There should be a release mechanism, and if there is one, it'll be on the other side. I mean, if they wanted to kill whoever came across, the whole thing would just collapse, but this was designed for questioning and trapping.
Okay, I immediately take to climbing on the wall.
All right. Okay. Gathering up your claws, you begin to scale the sides of the wall. I need you to make me a climb check as you make your way across here. The reason being is that the walls here are quite slick. The reason they are slick is... I'll allow athletics or actually... Alright, describe how your character climbs. If it is more balance-based than physical-based, I will allow an acrobatics.
Yeah, I would say it's like watching an agile cat do rock climbing.
Okay.
You know when they like
Jackson's just
wing to the next bit and sort of hop and...
Sure. All right, I'll pay it. All right.
Nexon's gonna real quick just say, "Fate's on your side" to Cecilia.
All right. You see some pretty good indented holes, like kind of rock climbing holes, as fate seemed to twist in your favor.
22.
Ooh, that is just enough. As you are, it is not easy. There are a few moments where you're kind of like trying to, like, you require yourself to sort of swing yourself, and as you reach out to grab something, a rock gives way, and you just narrowly, you almost plummet. But that is your first move. You need 2 more to successfully make it all the way across. Well, you're gonna get a 10-foot climb speed, so I mean.
Yeah, so 2 more acrobatics?
Yes, please.
All right.
All right. Your second one is much easier. Now that you kind of got the hang of it, you kind of breathe deep. A bead of sweat kind of drips down the bridge of your nose and then falls into the darkness.
One more.
Ooh, that too lingered a little too long for my liking. All right. As you make your way across, you land on the other platform. Malvolo says, look around. See if you can find a lever or a switch or a pressure plate or something.
right.
And check the ground. Maybe like there's footprints in front of it in case it's hidden.
Okay, perception check.
Yes, indeed. Unless there's an investigation check, but I don't think there's one in Pathfinder.
Please find something good.
With a 25, you look and you can find clearly behind what looks to be a rock, a small square-shaped rock that has been indented into the side of this stony structure.
Indented into it, so I can push it in, or
Indeed.
it needs
Push.
Okay.
You can push it in.
I gingerly put one of my soft kitty paw pads against
Boink!
it. I push it in.
As you do so, you hear the stone, and the sides of the cage open and unfurl, and then lock down in to the bridge platform once more.
I pull Rain to my side of the
The bridge.
Oh, yeah.
the bridge.
Very well.
Rain is going to collapse on all fours, just on the ground. Oh, thank God. Thank God. And she then just collapsed, laying face first into the ground, just grateful to be back on this side. I don't care if it's kind of gross and dirty and muddy. I'm just...
All right, that wasn't what I was expecting, but you were right.
No, I'm better now. Oh,
GM?
that's...
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that I could latch onto above the bridge?
Yeah, there are definitely stalactites up and around.
Because I would like to latch my whip on something and then Tarzan my way above the bridge. Could that be possible?
Yes. I will say that before you do that, you will see Malvolo walk across, and it does not snap shut.
Oh.
I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you, because it is very cool.
No, you can see me. So you can see me like start to play with my whip, and then just see Malvolo going straight and go. Okay.
just oh, no, I don't want that to fail for no reason. All right.
Like cross the
Yeah,
bridge.
and
Like,
Nexon will follow.
yeah.
Okay. Now, a moment is taken as Rain, you feel your heart still beating so heavy that it's almost like rocks and boulders are collected into your chest.
Right.
The tunnel continues to pass and eventually make its way into the courtyard, where you can see a small opening. Outside in the main courtyard, you see a myriad of ogres moving up and down the rampart. There's large piles of boulders that have been compressed human meat, turned into ammunition, stocked up and being pecked at by the crows. Every now and then, you hear the sounds of flatulence or belching coming from some of the smaller buildings in the courtyard, but that is not your destination. The fortress itself has a large and impressive door. It is wide open, as they do not really expect anyone to be traveling in here or moving through this place. And with no resistance, our heroes enter the fort.
In the exits of this, on the walls or anything, have there been any runes carved in like they had described?
No, not here, at the very least. All right. What once might have been a very well-maintained entrance is now swathed in horror. Bloodstains, dried and caked, cover the stone walls here, with bits and pieces of armor and weaponry, as well as flesh, which litters the floor as flies seem to blacken the air around you. Tapestries that once bore the insignia of the Black Arrows have been torn from the walls and now lie in shreds, coated in filth and grime. You have two large lanterns that have been lit, with several skulls and other body bits burning like tinder in these small little braziers. To your left and your right, you see pathways that lead further into the fort.
I don't really want to walk first this time.
You heard her. Who's gonna go first?
Malvolo puts his little clockwork thing down and says, "Well, if it helps, I mean, I'll be able to see any traps if there are further ones to be aware of. So maybe I'll go first."
Good. Yes. Let's check for traps before we all take just a chance to walk across certain places. Now is the time where we should start. Yes. Okay.
All right. Malvolo once again, torch in hand, as it is still quite dark in this particular area, begins to lead the way. Which direction would you like to travel?
Left seems nice, I guess. Wait, wait. Are there any footsteps that we can see on the ground?
Yes. A predominant series of footsteps seem to lead to the right. You can also hear the sounds of two things in particular. Snoring and something hitting stone. Like this ever soft tink, 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 tink.
Can I use read omens to get a clue on which direction to take?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
As you cast the spell Read Omens, you look into the blood and you look into the gore. As you do so, you see 3 daggers pointing to the pathway to the right. The symbol of your god is 3 daggers. This may possibly be an omen.
Okay. So, guys, I just peeked a little bit into the future and came in contact with my god, and she said, we should go right. So, chop chop.
Okay, sure. I have no other qualms about that.
All right. Oh, sorry. One moment while I free up everyone's tokens. There we go. All right. You make your way to the right, eventually coming to a long corridor. There are several doors as the corridor leads out and further into the fortress. The large snoring sound seems to come from the large double doors to the left, and the tinking stony sound comes from further up ahead. Where should we go?
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, we're trying to find a woman in a green dress, maybe.
And any clues about the runes that they have here?
So an office of some kind, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a bedroom, a master? Like, where might be the biggest room here?
Hearing the sounds of the snoring coming from your immediate left, Malvolo closes his eyes and says, "This is probably a big room."
Do the snoring sound like they belong to a lovely woman or an ogre?
Oh, definitely a bunch of ogres.
Oh. I don't think she'd be staying in the same room as them.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe try some of these other rooms.
Yeah, a more private room. Big, but not big for like a slumber party of ogres.
Okay.
Cecilia's gonna peek into this first
All right.
door.
Now, to show off a bit of Fantasy Grounds' really cool awesomeness, you can open the door by clicking on it.
Oh.
Cool.
And you may move into the room. Inside, Cecilia, you see a guest room. This has been tossed around and kind of searched, but the furniture itself seems to be in, relative nick. Someone has just gone through and just ransacked it. That is all.
Okay, I just checked the desk quickly for papers or anything, and if not, I exit the room.
You see a mandate of the Black Arrows, basically for new adepts and new people who join the Black Arrows. Little things like, don't eat these poison berries. If you see a giant, to blow the whistle 3 times. If you, little tiny things like that. But
nothing relevant to the runes. All right.
No.
I go back out and continue on after Marbolo.
Okay. All right. I guess unless someone wishes to search other places, we continue.
Oh, did anyone want to search the doors behind us?
You-
Double
is that where
doors
the
that
snoring
didn't
was
have the
coming?
snoring?
No, they're like
the-
the ones
yeah, so the-
directly below us.
Yeah, there's another set of double doors just directly below you, where Nexon is.
I will take a look. I will take a look in there.
All right. Well, Marvolo's gonna stay there. So Nexon. Okay. So as you look in this room, wait before you enter in.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh.
I love how there was an oops.
Mistakes.
All right. Now, you open the door to what looks to be a workshop. The latches, sawhorse, and other tools in this room lie scattered and shattered on the floor. The walls are smeared with gore in some places, forming a myriad of filth and graffiti. In this room, you can see what looks to be a large ogre. Bear with me for a moment. That's not the ogre I need. This is the ogre I need.
This is not the ogre you were looking for.
This is not the ogre you were looking for. All right. His back is turned to you, and he is hunched with a vicious and hideous kind of like, you kind of like, you've got like, kind of like bits of fur that's like not properly tempered and bloodied over his shoulders.
This guy.
All right.
There he is.
As you do so, he then stands and turns towards Nexon. And at this point... Alright, let's try this. Flicking his hair as he turns towards you is what looks to be probably the sexiest ogre you have ever seen. Perfectly chiseled features, and a washboard abs. He turns his hair towards you, and it swishes with almost like the with enough volume and velocity to literally swoon a large horse.
Swoon a large horse.
Look, I'm not good at sexiness, but
Those
It's the
Clydesdales
Fabio
are
of
just
ogres.
running towards him right now.
look, in my world, that is a phrase. Okay, it is a very common phrase. It's a very normal thing to say to people.
Do you swoon horses? often?
Listen, centaurs are a thing. Just as he looks to you, he says, "Who dares come into Jagrath's art shop?"
Nelson's just gonna quickly close the door.
Wait! Don't leave, fair maiden. He walks over to the door, and as he tries to grab, because you've closed it already, he kind of reaches out to grab it, and he rips it off the door. He says, "Oh no, mother shall be angry. Please don't go. I have so few friends. You see, my name is Jagrath, and I was born incredibly ugly. All of the other ogres, they make fun of me because I prefer things that are not normal. He then sort of like, you know, as he sort of swishes his hair, he's like, it like no matter where he swishes it, it's almost caught in this constant perpetual wind.
Okay, so Scarlet sees that and like slides very smoothly to him, and you know, like slides on the floor, kind of.
Oh yeah, just.
And she arrives
It's just
like
gonna
this,
kind of slowly disappear behind Scarlet.
and she arrives like this on the door and say, "Hey, you."
Hey yourself. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Scarlet. What's your name?
Scarlet. Ah, that is the same color as beautiful things, like roses, and the blood of my enemies. I
Did.
am Jagrath. Jagrath Creel.
So he didn't make any joke whatsoever, but I'm gonna touch his muscly arm and say, "You're so funny."
As you do so, it is like it is literally like touching a rock inside of some sort of leather sock. I don't know. Okay,
Wow,
this
that's
is look
the sexiest description I've
the
ever heard.
sexiest thing. Yes,
A leather sock.
It's a leather
rock?
sock with rocks in it. Okay, it's been a while. That's yes.
So I immediately pull out my hand and do. Did you feel that? This electricity between us?
Ah, yes. Have you too been attacked by shocker lizards?
No, we did not. We saw them, but they didn't attack us. Why?
Ah, well, you see, you must be mistaken, fair maiden. For all I can see are sparks in your eyes. He then smiles, and he's got like the Colgate smile.
And so, so I realize it's a bit stupid, as much
Very
as
stupid. Like intelligence of 7, stupid. I want to point out.
So they, tell me, handsome. I'm looking for my friend. She has red hair and a green dress. Have you seen her?
Ah, yes. She too has called me incredibly dense and unappealing. I have been asked to remain here. She currently resides in the cellars below. Mother will not let any of the others speak to the beautiful Emerald Lady. But oh, be still my heart. If only I could wield such charm as she does. She has all the other ogres wrapped around her little finger. Whereas I, the hideous Jagath, have no one. It is so lonely. And he reaches down, he sort of clasps your hands with these 2 massive meaty hands.
Jagras, you're far from being disgusting. You're actually very, very handsome.
Oh, you are just being cruel now. It is okay. I understand how truly hideous I am. And I appreciate that you have stifled your vomit.
Well, would you like to make some friends?
Really? I could make friends? Yes, please. I would like that very much.
If you take us to the Emerald Lady, you will become our friends.
But Mother doesn't allow me to leave the room.
You're kind of hurting my hands.
Oh, I am sorry. How thoughtless of me. Here, allow me to make something as a sign of our friendship.
All right.
He turns and you hear something he's making something, and you hear some snapping and some crunching, and he produces a bouquet of spinal columns inset with human hearts.
Lovely.
He hands them to you.
You can put them right here.
I made them for you. They are scarlet. Like your name.
They are. Thank you very much, Jagrath. Jagrath, is it?
Yes, Jagrath. The incredibly festeringly ugly. My mother gave me this name.
Oh. Maybe we could talk to your mother. But,
Oh, she would love to meet you.
really?
Sorry, no, I have a speech impediment. She would love to eat you.
Jagrath, so you can't leave the room because of your mother.
Yes.
How about you give us, do you have any plans of where we are? And could you write where we could go to the cellar? Where the Emerald Lady is?
I could. Give me a minute. I need a pen. As he goes into the workshop again, you hear another sort of snapping and crunching noise. He is very distracted. As this happens, you hear a voice coming from inside of the place where there's the snoring. Jagrath, keep it down or we'll rip your freaking teeth out!
Scarlet, ask him if he lets his mum control his entire life or whether he'd prefer friends.
Okay. I'm not sure he's gonna get it, but...
Maybe say you could be his new mummy.
Jesus.
Oh, Lord. Jagrath, could you keep it down and not make so much noise?
Oh, I am sorry.
My friend wants to ask you, do you plan on obeying to your mother all your entire life, or do you want to make some new friends?
Can I do both?
No.
Oh.
Or I have another offering for you. How about I become your new mommy?
That is very kind of you, but I'm afraid I'm far too ugly.
No, you're not ugly to me. See, I have an eye impediment, which makes me see the opposite of what I see. So ugly people are beautiful to me, and beautiful people are ugly to me, and I see you like the most handsome man I've ever seen.
He immediately falls backwards, and he places like one hand on the wall behind him, barely able to hold onto his feet. He says, "What a terrible but slightly fortunate and very specific affliction. Truly, the fates must be on my side to have brought such a rare flower to me, and her friends as well. Jagrath woke up this morning, the hideous and malshapen, but now Jagrath is reborn as Jagrath, the slightly more tolerable to look at as long as you have a serious eye condition."
Good, Jagrath. So, do you have the plans?
He holds up human skin. As he does so, it's not quite like the human skin that we are more accustomed to. This one has, have you ever seen those clay scoopy things that kind of, you use to like carve sculptures and stuff? Yeah, he's used that to draw plans of the fortress. As he hands you the still slightly wet, bit of leather, we will then pan to the room adjacent as the door flings open. And you hear, "What did I?" And as the large, imposing form of a bulbous ogre, which, by the way, just for reference, that is, this is what an actual ogre looks like. Our heroes...
Kick him in the face.
You shoot him in the face. Our heroes will have to wait until next week when we return to find the fate of Jagrath, the malshapen and festeringly ugly, and of course his his family of now rudely awakened ogres. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us today. I hope you guys had a great time. I know I did. I hope you enjoyed Jagrath. He was He was a character. He was a whole thing. So yeah, let us. So guys, we're gonna do a round now to sign out. But along the way, I'm gonna invite all of our lovely audience members. If you would please tell us what your favorite moment from today's session was. If you had multiple, throw them out there just so we can send some love to our wonderful players to give them a wonderful boost to the end or beginning of their days, respectively. Let us start with Scott. No, wait, who's first? Nexon, kick us off with our sign-outs. Where can we find you? What are you doing? What's going on?
Hey, folks. So I'm Dawn. I play Nexon, and when I'm not here, you can find me over at Roll for Initiative on YouTube. That's Roll the number 4 Initiative, where I make videos with my partner Ryan all about our tabletop RPGs and our other geeky interests. And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at R4iBlog.
What's up? I'm Becca Godsey. You can find me here on Twitch at XCausticPhoenix. And you can also find me tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time for D20 Deathmatch, which is every Sunday evening. So should be a good old time. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, Becca Godsey, Beck Godsey, respectively. So see you all around.
Hi guys, I'm AJ Winters. I can be found on the internet, mostly on YouTube, on my Winter's Tales channel, where I make world building videos every Sunday. I'm building a world one step at a time that I will host and DM a game in next year. So if you want to stay on track with everything to do with that, you can find me on Instagram or Twitter, Winter's Tales Co.
And hi, I'm Ari Stokrat, author of the webcomic Sally and Bean on Instagram and Webtoon. It's about a grumpy witch and her cheerful dragon. So if you like magic and fantasy, go check it out. We just celebrated 1 year actually, so that's awesome. So yeah, have a good one.
Awesome. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael. I am the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And you can find it here a number of times every single week. We have a whole bunch of shows. We're actually starting 2 new shows very, very soon. So I mean, I think I'm almost going to a daily stream schedule. That's nuts. So yeah, we the new shows that I'll tell you about are on Mondays. We're going to be starting up Rime of the Frost Maiden with some new Patreons. And in addition, we are also going to be inviting our dear friend, the dreaded GM, to come and play with us on a regular, large, long-form campaign. In addition, we are also going to be seeing Dread on our second show, along with Robert Hartley, GM, and Janet from World Anvil, in our adventure, Sirens and Silver, which is my own homebrew pirate adventure, along with Patrick, damn, I forgot his handle. Oh god, that's awful. Patrick, that gray gentleman. Yes. Who is a wonderful stand-up comedian. He will be joining us as well as we head to the high seas, back to the lands of Olestria, my own homebrew world. So that is going to be a absolute blast. Guys, thank you so much for for all the bits, all the donations, all of the cool things. Good morning, Jason. I hope you're well. Wait, why are you up? Isn't it like super early? You're in New Zealand. That's crazy. All right, well, good morning and goodbye. But enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time it happens to be. Let's read out some of these favorite moments, just because I love sharing these with my audience and my players. Let us go with, here we go. All right, first one up on the list. The smelling of Scarlet's hair by Parahelia1 was one of the favorite moments there. I thought that was really cool as well, that little sweet moment. Mike the Tall says favorite Nexon moment was the tiny nail, that the little pin, and it actually did help. It actually did make a very sizable contribution to trying to keep everything up and together. Kethra says D20 Deathmatch is so good. Not a memorable moment, but something I think we should share nonetheless. Favorite Rain moment was excitement over the portal and the fact that Celia was in fact magical. Brilliant.
This is cement in my head now. You are a magical being. Congratulations.
That's it. Yeah, just absolute magical being. I would also like to take a moment to thank you guys for starting a hype train at the end of my game. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to Arjun RC McBluff, Hester TM, Avarian CA, and Play Nerd Allies for all of your lovely contributions and donations and the like. Favorite Scarlet moment was everything with Jagrath. I'll talk to Jared and see if he's willing to have me continue role playing Jagrath, or we can see if Jared wants to take a crack at it. Favorite Mavola moment was the escape room. Yep. Favorite Dag moment, still Jagrath. Okay, fair enough.
The Cecilia one was in there as well, the poofing of the phone.
Yeah, I was trying to find the Celia. Oh, there it is. Yeah. See, the favorite Celia moment was the poofing. That was very cute. That was adorable.
The angry poofy cat.
Angry poofy cat. And I do see Crag, son of Horus. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know, I'm good friends with a large, incredibly handsome, and incredibly talented human being. His name is Crag, son of Horus. And I'm not even joking. Not even going to lie about it. Okay? This, I want to show this. I want to show this off because I have this all prepared just in case I ever needed to bring it up. There we go. Okay, you ready? So, for those people who do not know, we have a wonderful human being who is a very, very near and dear friend to the channel. That we love having here. We love getting to see him each and every time. That is, of course, none other than the wonderful Crag, son of Horus, who I got to meet at Gen Con because, we got to meet a whole bunch of people there. And he is part of the Dragons and Things group, a wonderfully talented Pathfinder group of people who just do like some absolutely amazing stuff. If you ever get a chance to go check out their channel. And Crag and I got on like a house on fire. And I'm just trying to find it now, but I have this amazing photo of Crag right here somewhere. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I've got my Hero Forge of Crag. So, Crag looks legitimately like this. All right, here we go. There he is. Oh, I know. I have his picture. Aha, here it is. So this was my Hero Forge mini of Crag.
Oh wow.
And there's
You're so tall.
He is freaking huge. Look at him. There he is. There he is with me. I'm so tiny.
Height.
Yep. Right, so if anyone ever wants to know where I got the idea for Jagrath, just saying, right? Straight up.
Covered in leather socks, according to Dak.
Yeah. Look, I am not good at.
That attracts horses.
Need to read some more of those romance novels.
I do. Look, I'm trying. All right, look, try to balance being sexy with trying to keep everything PG-13 because I have kids at my youth center who watch this show. Okay.
No,
I have to bail out halfway of all my seductiveness.
So you went to bestiality?
Look at those horses. They just love
Well,
them.
I thought horse manes are majestic. Horses are majestic. Maybe there's something with horses
between like majestic and then like appealing, right? Should we clarify?
Look, I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna. Okay, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. We're gonna go and raid Careful Cantrip, who is our wonderful friend, who does a bunch of really, really cool and awesome homebrew stuff for his own campaign. Before
we do, I want you to describe his lips. One more description.
His lips.
Just give us your best shot. I'm sorry for making this so awkward, but
okay.
These are the best and worst descriptions of human beings I have ever heard.
His lips are soft and supple like two banana slugs that seem to be kind of dancing together in a tango between what looks to be two pieces of chalk. There. Banana slugs.
It was going weirdly well until the chalk.
You have these
I'm leaving. That's it.
White chocolate. Oh,
you need to write romance novels, sir.
Yes, I feel like anyone who would read or listen to my romance novels would be the same kind of people who heard Gilbert Godfrey do a live reading of 50 Shades of Grey, right?
My cheeks hurt.
Yeah. Oh god.
McBluff is like, please, I want to leave. Like, I need an adult. Okay, we're leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again. Stay safe, stay happy, stay wonderful, stay fabulous. And whatever you do, be majestic AF. And till next time, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, guys!